Hello, Twitch folk. Yeah, welcome to the stream. We are doing something a bit different today. I'm hoping to get back to Xbox next week, but today we are... Oh my goodness, everything's going crazy. Today we are playing a bit of 10 Candles with a lovely group of people. Hello, lovely people. Yeah, there we go.
Hello.
So yeah, we are playing the tabletop roleplay game 10 Candles. I won't go into massive detail about it at the moment, but you can Google it, find out what it's about. But basically, it is a one-shot roleplay. It's played with 10 tea lights, and at the end of the game, everybody dies. It's just a question of finding out how everyone's going to die. It's going to be fun. Hello, folks in the chat. I am going to have the chat open, but just be aware that because of the nature of the game, chat interaction is going to be a bit of a minimum. So please don't think we're being rude. It's just sort of immersion of the game and all that jazz. Oh, thank you, everyone. Thank you for the hosts. I've never been hosted by so many people, and they're all on my screen. So, yeah, we are going to just dive right in with the game. So, the scenario for the situation for 10 Candles is that 10 days ago the world went dark. There is no explanation for why it went dark. It just did. Shit happens. 5 days after it went dark, they appeared, and they are at this point yet to be determined exactly what the hell they are and what they've come for. And our survivors have been locked away trying to escape the horrors of them for the last 5 days, and we're going to see how they get on. So, the situation that we are in, these lovely folks have been sailing on board the all-new ship, the Monarch of the Seas, on a wonderful Caribbean cruise, which is now heading back across the Atlantic towards the Mediterranean, not back across the Mediterranean. It is absolutely colossal ship. It has got 5,000 passengers and almost 2,000 staff and crew. It's got all sorts of wonderful things on board. And 10 days ago, the sun went out. The ship carried on with its journey. 5 days ago, it hit what seems to be land and is just basically stuck in the middle of the Atlantic. Our wonderful survivors here have been hiding out in a multi-denominational worship room for 5 days. Their supplies have just run out, and they're about to make a decision on what we're going to do next. So, working around clockwise. Die well, thank you, Nornwit. We will all die well. Well, I won't die well because I'm the GM. Everyone else will die well. So, working around, starting with Dibbers. Let us know who your wonderful survivor is and tell us a little bit about them.
So my name is Deborah Stevens. She is one of the staff on the bar in the Rising Tide bar, and I make cocktails for everyone. Do you want me to go over my...
Yeah, well, so in 10 Candles, you've basically got 4 character traits, but one is a secret. 3 character traits. You've got a vice, a virtue, and a moment of hope you're aspiring towards. So, Deborah, what is your vice, virtue, and hope? Or virtue, vice, and hope?
So my virtue is that I am charming. My vice is that I'm indecisive. And my hope is that I will find hope when I find my lost memento of my late mother.
Lovely. Mama of Monsters. Who are you? Who are these people?
I am Genevieve. I am recently single and trying to find myself. So I am spending an awful lot of time looking for myself at the bottom of a cocktail with a cute little umbrella.
Pink.
My virtue is patience. My vice is impatience. And I will find hope when I find a way to get home and reconnect with my estranged sister.
Wunderbar. Grokey. Our disembodied voice, Grokey, is with us in spirit and voice. Let us know about yourself.
Oh yes, of course. Well, my name is Janice Montague. I'm a stewardess on this cruise ship. I'm a very perceptive person, but people find me a little bit demeaning, and I will find my last hope when all the passengers have left the ship.
And then finally, Sengir. Who have we got? Who's our final survivor?
Oh, I am Franklin Hawke. Yes, I am Franklin Hawke. I am a passenger on the cruise, and I'm a gambler, and some people say I have a problem, but it's not me. Them who have a problem. My virtue is intelligence. My vice is that I am impulsive. And my hope is that I will find hope when I hit that royal flush. And it's coming. I know it.
It is.
It's coming.
Well, something's coming. So yeah, the candles are lit. We've got our characters. So yeah, let's dive on in. So yeah, so you are in this, like I say, multi-denominational worship room. The ship, like I say, it has struck something. It has run aground from what it appears, and it is listing not much, but it's listing sort of about 10 degrees over to the port side, just enough that everything seems a little bit weird and off balance. So you've been feasting on the couple of bottles of water that you were able to grab on the way to your little hidey hole. You found a box of communion wafers, which have not lasted, unfortunately. And you've basically barricaded as much as you can against the door to stop whatever is out there from getting in here. So you have, like I say, you've heard the occasional sort of shuffle of footsteps running past the doors. You've heard the occasional scream off in the distance, and just every now and then you've heard this sort of heavier, almost like thud of something else stomping past the door. Maybe it was something else. Maybe it was just another passenger. Maybe he was just a little bit heavy set. You weren't going to open the door to find out, but now, so you are running desperately. Well, you're not running desperately low on supplies. You are unfortunately out of supplies at this point. So it's up to you. What are we going to do about it?
Hey, we open the door.
Are you insane? There are like crazy
Possibly.
monsters out there.
But there's also things out there. Water,
Yeah, but
food.
we've got members of staff here. They should know like the secret passageways inside the ship. Don't all these cruise ships have secret passageways?
Yeah, staff. Where are the secret passageways? Come on.
Secret passageways? What are you talking about? You think every cruise ship is
Yeah, we know they have them. You're just keeping a secret. I know what it's like.
Well, there's got to be like something that you like. I don't know, a corridor or something that you guys use to get around, so we don't see you falling over each other at the middle of the night.
I'm sure the stewardess would know.
Yeah, well, Janice and Deborah.
We could check for like a. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm thinking
Janice and
like
Deborah, both of you work on this ship,
ventilation
so
hatch?
if one of you wants to make a roll to see if you know about a secret passage out of this room, then you are more than welcome to.
Ooh.
Do a roll.
I can do a roll too. I don't know if we both can do it, but
It's got to be one or the other. So who wants
6,
to?
But I also got 2 1s.
Oh, you've already done the roll. Okay, so 2 1s. Yeah. Okay, so everyone take 2 dice out of your dice
I've
pool.
got 2 1s.
You're down to 8 now.
Oh, we all lose them. Oh
Yeah,
my goodness.
Yeah, like I say, it's supposed to be a communal dice pool, which is what makes it a little bit trickier over Tinterwebs. So,
well, now I'm scared.
Yeah.
Okay.
But you did get your 6, so yeah.
Shouldn't have rolled. I always get 1s.
And as I sort of mentioned in the gameplay videos, it's the way that it's described in 10 Candles is rather than rolling to do like a skill check as you would in D&D or something, you're rolling for what is called narrative control. So because Dibbers, you just succeeded in your dice roll, you now get to dictate basically, is there a door out of here, and you know what's on the other side of the door, and all that. So where are we going?
So, at the very back of this worship room, whichever it is, there is a little bookshelf, and you can pull back one of the books and it slides into this narrow corridor, which leads to the staff area of the ship.
Okay. Cool. So
I knew they were holding back.
So you're heading
Couldn't
into
have told us this like days ago.
So you head into
Yeah,
the.
we've been here for 5 days.
Well, maybe she'd forgotten, guys. All right, you know. So you head.
The thing is, we don't know who is in the staff area.
Wow. Yeah. So you.
Okay, well, you can go first. That's a sacrifice I'm willing to make.
I'll go first. Don't worry about it. I got this.
The impulsive Franklin's just heading straight in. So fortunately, because of the fact that the ship has been at sea for 10 days, well, yeah, just over 10 days since it sort of set off from the Caribbean. Obviously, these ships are designed to run for weeks and weeks and weeks on the fuel that they've got on board. So for the best part, the ship does still have power. So you're not in like dark, pitch black corridors or anything. The lights have dimmed a little bit. But you can still sort of see what's going on. So you head into the sort of little staff corridor area through this secret bookshelf passage, and as you're walking down, you're noticing that there are almost sort of like big wet patches, just sort of one after the other down this corridor. And a couple of sort of like glistening, almost like slug slime type things, smears. It's a very tight passage. You're sort of squeezing in one, single file, and just sort of against the walls there are these sort of weird slime trails, sort of heading down both sides. So you make your way through down this passage, and it sort of branches off in a couple of directions. There's one. Sort of branch off which would take you back out into like the main passenger corridor. There's it continues sort of on further ahead, which would take you to like a little sort of staff elevator for getting up and down the floors. And there's another sort of path off to the right, which who knows where that leads to. If anyone wants to explore that, I will allow them to dice roll to see what's down there. But aside from that, you've got either a sort of...
I'll go.
Oh, you're going for it. Okay.
I'll go for it. Of course. We've got to find out what's down there.
Okay, so 8 dice.
Dice. 3 6s and 1 1.
Okay, so everyone goes down to 7. Cool, so you're heading down the mystery corridor. So, yeah, describe to us what's down the mystery corridor.
Well, it looks like any other mystery corridor, but at the end there, I do see something that may resemble a staff vending machine.
Oh.
Please tell me it has food in it.
I'll have to get a bit closer, but maybe it could be a food and drink one. I don't know. I'll have to get closer. It's a bit dim, so I'll have to walk up closer, see what's in there.
Okay, yeah. So, just plodding down this corridor, and yeah, there is indeed a staff vending machine there. The lights are on and everything. Yeah, it is stocked with a nice little selection of bags of crisps, a couple of chocolate bars. There are unfortunately no crunches left. Someone has had all of the crunches.
Oh, what's the point? What's the point?
There's a couple of cans of pop in there.
Anybody have any change?
Nice little selection there.
Yeah, true. Does anyone have any change?
Oh, I should have actually mentioned this. Sorry, this was something that I missed out during character creation. I do apologise. Your characters start with whatever you guys have in your pockets at the moment. So if one of you's got change in your pockets, you've got change for the vending machine.
Unfortunately, all my change is in a pot on my desk, so no.
Ah, doesn't count. Doesn't count.
Imagine having pockets and trousers.
Don't have pockets on this outfit.
If it makes any of you feel any better, if I was playing, I would have No, I thought I had a glasses cleaning cloth in my pocket. I don't even have that. I would literally be starting with nothing either. So, yeah.
Okay.
I have a phone in my pocket. I'm thinking, could this machine actually be paid, by the phone thingy? I don't know what it's called.
The machine take Apple Pay?
Oh, Apple. Ooh.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
Google
exactly,
Pay.
something like that. Yeah.
Or an FC. Yeah.
Well, I'll tell you what. Do you want to make a dice roll and find out?
Yes,
yeah,
I do.
brand new ship.
So seven dice.
Your ship, you should know this.
Yeah.
I mean, we don't own the ship. We just work here. Okay. I have
It's promising.
4 3s, 1 5, and 2 4s.
Oh, that is our first failed dice roll.
No. Oh no.
Well, I knew it. Croaky's going to get us all killed. I knew it.
Okay,
No.
now let's this is a stressful situation. Let's think about this in a positive way. We can't legally get anything out the vending machine.
Well, before you
but
guys
maybe
before you guys start going crazy,
carry on.
Candle has gone out, so we've got to establish truths first of all. Because now the thing with establishing truths is even though you have just failed to get something out of the vending machine, it is entirely fine to say as one of the truths, we've managed to get the vending machine open. So that is the nice thing about a candle going out, is it means that you can sort of yada yada over a little bit of stuff just to make things easier on yourselves. But yeah, so we have lost a candle. So everyone refill your dice pool up to 9 dice. And now I have a dice of my own. So
That can never be a good thing.
So these things are true. The world is dark. Aside from that, we have 9 other truths to establish, with the final one being, and we are alive. But because Groki, you failed the dice roll, unfortunately, it does mean that you get to establish the first truth of the situation. So like I say, it can be about the world in general. It could be about this particular scenario, like, yay, we got into the vending machine. Or it could even be like you've skipped down the corridor and you've made it to like the restaurant or something. It's entirely up to you. So name us a truth.
I'm thinking. We did fail to pay to get the stuff out, but Franklin is very impatient. He wants the snacks right now, so he gets full onto this vending machine and kicks it and rams it, and he gets it open. So it's open.
Okay, so Franklin has broken open the vending machine. Okay.
Yes.
Franklin, you get the second truth.
Oh. The truth is, there was one crunchy left at the back. I'm very, very...
Getting the priorities here.
You monster.
Now, I also get to get involved with the truths. So, something heard that vending machine break.
I touched the slime.
It's Dibby
and
next.
My hand is...
Sorry, it's Dibby next.
Oh, sorry.
And then yourself. Sorry, it goes round clockwise. So sorry.
All right, sorry.
No, it's all right.
My screen's reshuffled itself.
Oh no.
I know.
Because we have now got this vending machine open, we are no longer hungry or thirsty.
Okay, hunger and thirst is gone. Okay, now about this slime.
I touched the slime, and my hand is starting to burn.
Ooh, nice. Okay, Groki, you get another one now. This is going to be number 6.
Since I am supposed to take care of all these passengers, I will take some of the water and try to rinse off the burning hand from the slime.
Okay, you are rinsing off the burn wound. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Sengir.
Yes.
When I broke open the machine, I'm pretty sure I heard the sound of shuffling not too far away.
Ooh. There are more than one of them on this deck of the ship. And then the last truth, which all the survivors get to say at once, and we are alive.
We are alive.
We're alive.
There we go.
Alive.
You'll get the hang of it as the rounds go on. Cool. So we are on to the second scene. So yeah, so you smashed open a vending machine. Something has heard you, and there is shuffling down the corridor. You've got the last crunchy. You've had some food and drink. You've burned your hand on the mystery wall goo, and Janice has attempted to rinse it off with some of the water out the vending machine. So yeah, where do we go from here, gang?
Where else is
There's
it?
definitely something coming. We need to get out of here.
Away from the shuffling, then.
Ideally, it would be foolish to head towards the shuffling.
It would. It would.
I mean, we can't go back where we came from, and we had the vending machine, so there has to be another way out of, from here.
Anybody know where this corridor goes?
Staff maybe will know.
No?
No?
The corridor that to the right that goes with an angle goes to the staff cafeteria.
Yeah.
Okay. So let's head there, because that's the opposite direction of the noise.
Okay, sounds good to me.
It's good.
Right.
Let's go.
Okay. Yep. So you the shuffling sort of coming from the direction that you just come from. That is definitely getting louder as you make this decision to get the hell out of Dodge. So you continue down this corridor. Down this one, those sort of big wet patches that were sort of littering the corridor and the sort of slime down the sides, that's not present down this corridor. So whatever left it there obviously hasn't been this way that you know of. So you go scuttling off down this corridor, and as Janice said, it does lead you to the staff cafeteria. So you head into there. Again, there's sort of a doorway on the other side which would sort of lead you back out towards sort of more staff areas, or another one which leads you to a connecting corridor back out to the main section of the main passenger section of the ship. It's not a huge cafeteria. There's sort of several of rather than having one big cafeteria for so many thousands of people, there's sort of little rooms like this dotted around the ship, and there's another vending machine in here. There's sort of a couple of tables sort of dotted around, and there's just basically like a what's the word? Dumbwaiter. Yeah, there's like a dumbwaiter in the corner, so that staff can sort of ring an order through to the kitchens and just have their lunch sent down to them that way, basically. As you head in, there is a little bit of a mess in there. A couple of the tables have been sort of upturned a little bit. The sort of chairs on the side and everything. The vending machine on the far side has been broken, smashed into already. I'll leave it to you guys to decide if you want to go and check if there's anything in there, but it's definitely been broken. And yeah, there's just general signs of, I wouldn't exactly say carnage, but it looks more like perhaps people suddenly rushed to get out of this room at some point.
So, is there a door on the doorway we came through that we could shut behind us?
I will say yes. You can have a door.
Okay. Does it have a lock on it?
I'll make that a dice roll.
Make that a roll. All right.
Yeah.
I'll
So
look for a lock.
So you got 9. Well, again, like I say,
9 dice.
with this, it's because it's more narrative control. It's not so much like can you find a lock. It's you get to decide if there's a lock there. Basically,
Well, yeah.
yeah.
I get if there's a lock, yes.
Or if it can barricade the door.
Okay. Well, okay. Oh, one more die in my hand. Okay, I got 1 6. However, I got 4 1.
Ooh.
Oh no.
So
I mean,
that's going to be painful.
If you have got a virtual vice on the top of your stack, you can, if you want, choose to re-roll those ones before I take them away forever.
I don't think my vice would really. I mean, okay, I've got my vice on top, so I guess I could have been impulsive and looked past the lock, and maybe I can find more locks on the door.
I mean, if you want to go for it, then
maybe. Yeah, I think I'll have to go for it because losing 4 dice is a lot.
Okay, doke. Yeah. So just re-roll the 4 ones
so,
then.
So re-roll the 4 ones. Okay. 6 and 3 5s. So yeah, here you
Nice.
Go.
So you still got your full dice pool then. Yeah. So basically now your impulsive your impulsive vice is basically gone now. You can still it's still part of your character, so you can still use it to inform choices, but you can no longer use it as a re-roll mechanic thing. So
cannot re-roll with it.
Yeah. Normally, if we were playing this if we were playing this around a table, what you'd do is you'd actually like burn the card which has got impulsive written on it, and then you get to like watch the flames as it goes up in the bowl. It's pretty awesome, but it doesn't really work over webcam. So
no, I have no fire.
Indeedy. So you have impulsively check the door for locks. I'm assuming then that you've managed to find some.
Yes. They're quite sturdy locks because like to keep this thing whatever it is, not near us. If possible.
Cool.
Seems like the smart choice.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're no longer dying of starvation or thirst. We're kind of safe for a minute. What are we actually planning on doing here, guys?
I have a question. Is the ship still moving? Like, is it?
No.
The stopped?
The ship's sort of run aground and is sort of just at a slight angle over to the side.
Oh.
Just enough that I might make somebody trip over when they're running away from something later.
You would as well.
Did you say that there was a phone to ring up to the kitchen?
There is indeedy.
Should we see if we can if there's anyone there? See if there's anyone still alive?
I think we definitely should do that.
You can do.
I guess it can't hurt.
Are you where are you going to try and call? You're just going to sort of give a ring to the kitchen, or are you going to like try and? I'm assuming as a staff member you might know sort of.
The phone only connects to the kitchen.
No, it's just it is like
to like multiple lines.
I mean, you can. Being a staff member, you'd sort of probably know the sort of shortcut, like the dialing codes for if you wanted to ring like any other section of the ship. So I'll let you decide who you want to try and call.
Yeah, either captain or engine room or anything like that.
The bridge maybe.
Yeah, like somebody important.
What's more important than the kitchen?
It's true.
No, I was thinking.
They might have more crunchy bars down there. Damn it!
Yeah, exactly. I mean, you may have 4 stripes in your uniform, but if you haven't got a crunchy bar, who are you?
Yeah,
I'm sure the kitchen.
Yeah, but they know where like the locking away people places. If we decide we want to stay on this ship, we need to know where we can lock the bad guys, and if we decide we want to leave, they know how to get the boat, like the side boat thingies off. I don't know. I didn't pay attention during the safety briefing.
The really small ships that are stuck on the side of the big ship.
Yeah, but you know those things.
Yeah.
I wasn't
mini
paying
ships.
attention.
right. I will make a roll to try and ring the bridge, see if the captain or anyone is still alive.
Okay. I have rolled a 6 on my dice, which means you've got to get at least 2 6s to decide what happened. Basically, if you get 1 6, you've still succeeded, but you've got to get more 6s than me, or I get to decide what happens on the other side of the phone line.
Like, I got 1 6.
Oh,
I got 2 1s.
2 1s. Okie doke. So everyone lose two dice. That takes you down to 7. Okay. So you've managed to get through to the bridge. So yeah, the phone's ringing, and it's ringing for like a good sort of 6 or 7 rings, and you're just there like desperately hoping that someone on the other end is gonna answer, and eventually the phone does get picked up, and you just get this little voice at the other end of the line going, "Hello, is there somebody there? Who's this? Hello?
Hello, is the captain there?
I don't know. I've not seen.
The crew left?
I don't know anything about any crew. We've just locked ourselves up here. We're just trying to stay alive. Oh dear. Who's this? Are you the captain?
Of you are there? I'm not the captain. No,
Oh.
I'm very unimportant on this ship.
That's not true.
You can make drinks.
Yeah, you know how to make a mean cocktail. Don't sell yourself short, sweetie.
Are you coming to
Ask
help
who's
us?
with them. Yeah.
How many of you are there? How many?
There's 6 of us up here. We're all just passengers.
Is
This is
there
going
any
to
crew
sound
with
harsh,
you?
but how old are they?
I'm
Yeah.
Maureen. I'm 58. I was just
Great. We
playing
can't
some
leave
bingo.
old Maureen alone. Oh, come on, guys. This is Maureen. Did you not see her
Maureen.
epic bingo win on the first night? She was amazing. We can't leave her. I'm going to search
She does
for...
like my specialty at the bar as well.
Okay. I'm going to search for a backpack that we can fill up with supplies. Because if this is like a staff canteen, there's bound to be somebody has left a backpack behind.
Yeah, I think that's reasonable to go for. So 7 dice you've got. Let's have it.
Okay.
I have not got any 6s or A6, so
I've got 1 6.
okie doke. Any ones?
No.
No, nice.
But I got 1 6, so that counts.
Yeah, cool. Yeah, so yeah, indeed you do.
Enough, yeah.
You do find a backpack. Yeah, well, obviously you get to decide. So you can decide, have you found a backpack? Have you found a massive holdall? Have you found several backpacks? It's entirely up to you.
So I found one of those gym bags that for some reason has the ability to hold absolutely nothing and at the same time loads of real random stuff.
They're good, they are, yeah.
And there's loads and loads of protein bars. There's a pair of really bad smelling sneakers, some gym clothes, and an empty water bottle.
Also, I know I did say that there would be minimum chat interaction, but any of you guys who haven't spotted already, the ducks are watching in chat have said if Maureen dies, we riot. So I'm just making you all aware of that.
We can't
I'm
have
trying.
Yeah, no, we can't
I'm
have that. I had to
trying.
watch it. Yeah.
Cool. So you've got a bag. Yeah, obviously you've got Maureen on the other end of the phone. She doesn't know what's going on. Yeah. I will also say...
Well, I've also spoken to Maureen several times because she was asking a lot about the bingo.
She does like her bingo, does that, Maureen? I will also say while you were looking for those backpacks, behind, you're sort of rummaging around the room, and behind one of the upturned tables, you do actually find a body. Now, this is the first body that you've seen so far. It's It is another crew member. He's one of the sort of cabin stewards. He's still got his name tag on. His name was Jim, R.I.P. Jim, and
Not Jim.
yeah. Sorry, I hope Maureen wasn't too fond of him.
Okay,
And
gambling man.
And
Gambling man.
I just gonna say as well, he there's no sort of puncture wounds or slash. There's no blood anywhere on his body or anything, but it does look like he's been strangled. He's just got big purple sort of bruise marks around his neck, and he is definitely dead. Sorry.
Is there any slime?
Gambling man.
Yes.
Could you come here for 2 seconds and try not to let anybody else see what I'm about to show you? Because this is not good.
Intriguing. Yes, okay.
Oh man, this is going to be awesome.
So,
Today's your lucky day.
So yeah, I like to show you the body. What do you think we
not
should
what I was
do?
expecting, but
Okay. What do we do? Because they would know him, and
well,
I don't want to freak them out.
I mean, it seems that Janice would probably be happy that he's dead.
No.
But Deborah, I don't know.
Janice
I mean,
demeaned
Do we
him
tell
once
them?
too often.
Do we tell them and tell them the truth, or do we just not tell them not to come over this side of the room and then have questions?
I kind of want to not tell them because I don't want to start everybody freaking out. But things are not looking really good. So
we do. Okay, so we deny all knowledge if they spot him.
Okay.
Okay.
I didn't see anything.
Me either.
Okay.
It was very nice talking to you.
Damn,
Yes.
it's cold.
So shall we try and convince them that we should just go get Maureen now?
Yeah, I think we should probably rescue Maureen. Why not?
All right, let's convince them to go get Maureen.
So she is still on the other end of
go get
the
Maureen.
phone. She's still there, just hello.
Yeah.
Oh,
Hello.
okay. I'll grab the phone and say, Maureen, we're coming. Put the phone down. There you go.
Okay.
Tell her we're coming and put the phone down.
All right, guys. So how do we get to the captain's bridge? Is it?
Normally on Star Trek, you just get into
You guys
a
know
turbo
the
lift
ship.
and say bridge, and it takes you there. But
Yeah, that's right.
that
Yeah,
really
turbo
works.
The new ship, it's got to have this stuff. Yeah.
Most ships have that map on the wall, the escape route if something happens. So we should look for one of those, so we can find some way up to the bridge, right?
You should also try and find a basic map, because an escape map wouldn't tell us how to get to the bridge. I don't think it would tell us how to get onto the deck or to the safe in the ship.
It'll show us the general, direction and level we are. We're maybe not on the same level.
Well, the bridge is
Does
normally high
anybody
up.
know what level we're actually on at the moment?
I would.
I wasn't really paying attention when I was running and screaming.
You are on deck 5. For anyone unfamiliar with cruise ships, it works sort of like a hotel, in that the lower numbers are at the bottom and then they sort of go up, as opposed to deck 1 being at the top and working down. So you are on deck 5. The top deck, which is where you would find the bridge, is deck 15.
So we're 10 decks up. Okay, well, there must be a lift or an escalator or something somewhere. The cruise ship, people can't be expected to use stairs,
And
We
you
have
get
that
a lot of old
dumbwaiter up
people
in
on
the kitchen
cruises,
as
so
well.
yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
We've got the dumb waiter. Someone want to climb in the dumb waiter and go up? I'm game if someone else is.
I can see nothing going wrong with this plan whatsoever. It's awesome.
No.
We should put someone who is as tiny and light as possible.
Ah. Who's the tiniest and like it?
I mean, is a whole person actually going to fit in there?
I don't know, did he try?
I was about to say just that.
I mean, if we have someone small. maybe.
Well, I mean, it's probably not going to be me.
So, do we know what's going to be on the other end of this?
No, but
Not
you got
more
to.
than
You,
the kitchen.
So,
gotta take a
hypothetically
risk.
speaking, okay,
Gotta take a risk
hypothetically
sometimes.
speaking, if we put some sort of bait into the dumbwaiter and send it down first to make sure that no snarling beasties attacked it,
I don't think
We-
a snarling beastie is going to attack a crunchy.
I wasn't thinking
don't
about a
know that.
crunchy.
No, I can
Oh.
see where you're going with this.
What were you thinking about?
You see what-
But I thought we were denying all knowledge.
I think we might need to tell them. I'm
Okay.
not. Look,
You
At the
tell them you
moment-
found it.
all right, fine. But at the moment, you guys, we have to stick together. Otherwise, we are all going to die.
Okay.
So, why not sacrifice somebody who's already dead?
Okay.
So yeah, I'm really sorry to tell you this, but when I was searching for the bag, I kind of found one of your colleagues over there.
Who was it?
Let's not focus on who it was. Let's just accept that they're willing to, they're going to sacrifice their bodies to help us in this endeavor so that we can survive.
Do they have a name tag on?
I couldn't see the name tag, but it doesn't matter. What matters is that we survive.
Who
It
is
was
it?
probably someone annoying anyway.
Yeah.
Oh, thank God. So,
You deserved
shall we
it.
shove him in there and make sure that nothing's going to eat him when he gets down to the bottom?
Yeah, we might as well.
Why
It's going
not?
to take all of us to move him. It'll be heavy.
Yeah.
All right.
Right, so yeah,
I'll take a leg.
So yeah, you grab Jim's body and you heft him over to the dumbwaiter, and yeah, who wants to take responsibility for the dice roll of trying to just jam him in there?
I'll do it.
Okay, 7 dice.
We need to fold him up.
God.
1 6 and 1 1.
Cool. So down to 6 dice.
Through the die.
But yeah, please enlighten us all with how you managed to fold Jim into the dumbwaiter.
Well, as you would imagine, I sort of pushed him in arse first, and he sort of folded, kind of accordion, as I pushed him in, and sort of had to sort of shimmy his limbs to get them in the holes that were left.
I thought I heard some cracking in there.
There may have been a small amount of cracking. Yes, he probably should have listened to that.
So he probably just had a
Ignore
bag
the
of
cracking.
crisps in his
fine.
pocket. It's okay.
It's fine. It's fine.
Gosh. No, Jim.
Okay, yeah. So you
If it's any consolation, he couldn't feel it. He's already
Yeah.
dead.
Definitely couldn't feel the crackling.
He's-
that
he's definitely
really
dead
shouldn't have
now.
listened to. Yeah, he's dead.
Yeah,
Jim. Yeah.
he's dead, Jim. Yeah, yeah. So
I
you
feel bad enough for having to suggest it, but it's got to be done, guys.
so,
Well, he wasn't
At least I
screaming,
came up
so...
with Maureen.
so you
We've
folded
you what,
got
though?
to get to Maureen.
you folded Jim into the
I bet you all the fire, but
dumbwaiter,
there's nothing up there.
and you sort of hit the button, and it sort of goes up a level to where the like the kitchen area is, and yeah, you wait for a few moments. Well, how long do you want to wait for before you kind of call
Do we
that
hear
dumbwaiter
anything?
back down?
Probably a few minutes. Probably a good idea. I don't.
Yeah.
Yeah, because we don't know how quickly these things move.
Tell you what, Grokey, do you want to
Well,
give
I
us,
mean, if
do you want to give us a dice roll and see if you hear anything from the other end? You got 6 dice.
Yeah, I'm thinking we're listening into the
Yeah,
elevator
yeah.
shaft and just try to hear if there's happening anything. So 6.
Yep, 6 dice.
I have 2 6s, 2 5s, 4 and 3.
Nice. Yeah, so do you hear anything?
No, we don't. We don't hear anything. Everything is silent.
Lovely. So are you
Makes
going to call the
So-
dumbwaiter back down again then? And
We're going to call the dumbwaiter back down and see if something has happened to poor Jim.
Okie doke.
Yep.
Yeah, so the dumbwaiter sort of bing
Press
comes
the
back down. I don't know why I said. I'm pretty sure they don't make a dinging sound, but yeah, this one just did. It's a new.
They do sometimes.
Ah, fair dues. Yep. So
this one does.
You open it,
a newfangled one. It's definitely dinged.
So you open it back up again, and yeah, Jim's contorted body is still twisted in there, just as you left it. No further harm has come to him, aside from what you guys have already done.
I put him in. Someone else can get him out.
I will add in that while all this has been going on, that shuffling that was down the corridor before you came in and sort of locked yourself in this room, that shuffling has kind of approached outside the door now, and you can just sort of hear, it's not like loud banging or anything, but it's just like a very light sort of tapping on the other side of that door now.
Is there
are we sure Jim was dead? Because I can hear that. All right, let's get him out of there.
I'm pretty sure he's dead.
I'll get him out.
All right, which rule was double tap again?
Before he went in, he definitely was.
Cool. So yeah, you've wrenched Jim out. So you've now got his sort of twisted and broken body. You know, there's like bits of bone sticking out of his skin in the places where, you know, there was that unfortunate cracking noise, and his neck's fully like twisted around now.
I had to make him fit.
And but yeah, you've dragged him out. Bit of flex tape, yeah. But you've got his body out, and
flex tape and WD-40. It's all you need.
Yeah.
And you've got your nice.
And I'm
empty
thinking the choice we have is, yeah, because we have the door where we came from that corridor where we had hear the oncoming shuffling sound, and we have the dumbwaiter, and we have the door that goes to other part of the ships. So we have to either, try the dumbwaiter so someone can go up and look if, what's happening up there, or take a chance on the corridor where we didn't came from.
Is there a way to see out of that door? Is there a porthole or a small window or a peephole or anything?
Would there be a porthole or something in the staff cafeteria though?
Well, if you want to make a dice roll for me, you can tell me.
I'll make a roll.
Remember, this is a horror film. Things don't always have to make sense.
No, exactly. No sixes, 2 1s.
Ooh, sorry. How many sixes? Sorry.
None.
Oh,
0.
No sixes. Ooh. Are you in a position that you could re-roll the 2 1s, or?
I mean, I have my virtue and intelligence next.
Actually, was it this turn?
Maybe.
Was it this turn that you used the vice? I mean,
yes.
this round. That's yeah. So that was the other
round, yeah.
That was the other thing. You can't use your vice and your virtue in the same round, unfortunately. So
can't use 2. Yeah.
Yeah. So.
Right, I thought. Okay, so down to 4.
Well, that's the end of this. If you didn't get any sixes, that's the end of the scene. So you're down.
Yeah, I was right. Yeah.
So you refill back up to 8 dice now. So candle count
8.
So unfortunately, no. There is not a porthole, a peephole in that door. So you haven't got a way of looking through. I will say that you you go over to have a look at the door and see if there is a way there to sort of peer through it, and almost as if whatever's on the other side could sense that something had just approached the door from your side, that sort of light tapping is now turning into a bit more of a energetic sort of almost padding at the door.
Okay.
Sort of things. So these things are true.
Okay.
The world is dark. We have got 8 truths to establish, with the last one being, and we are alive. So, Sengir, first truth. Go.
There is definitely something on the other side of this door, and it's not happy that we're behind this door.
There is someone or something else approaching from the other corridor out of the other door to this room.
There is hope for us, as there are other survivors on the ship we have managed to get in contact with.
There is potentially a safe way out if we go up the dumbwaiter.
Yes, I think the only route we have to escape at any point is the dumbwaiter, because both of the other corridors and doors are being attacked by something. So the only option we have is to try the dumbwaiter. And well, poor Jim didn't get attacked on the other floor, even if he was crushed into the dumbwaiter.
Well, we're doing the establishing truth at the moment. So, what do you want? Do you want to go with, like, at the other end of the dumbwaiter, it is safe then, or something like that?
Yes.
Cool.
Yes.
Cool.
I would go for that. Yes.
Okay.
We should definitely leave poor Jim behind to make sure we have time to escape.
Okay. This feels a bit cruel, but I'm going for it. Maureen is in danger.
Not Maureen.
And then,
If this wasn't
We have to
stressful
get to
enough.
Maureen, guys.
and then truth number 8. All in one, all at once.
We are all
We are all
alive.
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 Okay, so you got someone or something coming from one corridor. You got something padding on the door that you've sort of come in through and locked, and you've got a dumbwaiter which can just about fit a person in it.
Okay, so who wants to go first? Quickly now, there's something behind the door.
Okay, I'll go first.
I think.
Yeah. Yeah, you see, it's coming. All right, you going first? You need
I'm
help,
going
or
first.
can you get in yourself?
I used to be a gymnast. I think I've got this.
Oh,
Right.
all right.
I think in the chat the ducks are watching
4,
is concerned
5.
for Maureen.
3.
Yeah, I feel the concern. Feel
I
it.
feel the concern too.
That doesn't look good.
I got 5s, 3s, and a 1. This dumbwaiter ain't working. Oh, hold on.
Do you have a way to re-roll that one?
Yeah, I'm going to use my virtue because
Okay.
I'm going to be patient
Yes.
and make this thing work, whether it likes it or not.
Okay, so you get to re-roll your 1.
Nice.
Single die. Another 1. My dice don't like me.
Oh dear. Oh, Maureen.
Oh dear. Oh, Maureen. Sorry,
No,
Maureen.
not Maureen.
We tried. We tried.
We're stuck with
Good
this
tried so
damn
hard.
dumbwaiter.
Coming already.
Cool, so
It's Jim's fault. He broke it.
so down to 7 dice. As you can probably guess, as you go on, the candles do start to go out quicker and quicker. So, yeah, these
Blame
things are
Jim.
true. The world is dark. Mama of monsters, you get the first truth.
We have broken the dumbwaiter.
Wow. Wow, 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 wow.
Wow.
Oh no.
Well,
After you just established it was safe up there as well. Okay, Miss Groke, you get the next the next truth?
The next truth is, even the dumbwaiter is broken, we managed to find, because since I'm very perceptive,
Yep.
I found that there's a hatch above the dumbwaiter, so we can actually watch up the shaft,
Okay.
and we see the shaft is empty.
Cool. So the shaft is climbable, and there's nothing in there.
Mm-hmm.
Okie doke.
Okay. I feel like we should use this shaft very quickly because things are going to go pear-shaped very, very soon if we don't get out of it.
Jim's body is twitching.
Oh,
Uh-oh.
Um, I guess. I have no idea. I was going to say, I guess we're definitely in danger now, as our only route out is climbing up the shaft above the dumbwaiter.
Okay, Mama of Monsters, you get the last one.
oh. We have to get to Maureen.
Maureen is the top priority.
I will not be held responsible for the person. I
We're
defiled
passengers, we won't
Jim.
be held responsible. The crew's problem, not the passenger's problem.
And again, the last truth.
But you've met her, though. You
We
met
are
her.
all
We're
alive.
all alive.
Still alive.
Alive.
Okay, so yeah, so you've opened
Except
up.
Jim.
Except Jim, yeah. Oh well, he's twitching,
Jim's twitching.
Well,
now.
yeah.
So so you've sort of opened up the top of the dumbwaiter, and the shaft is climbable. You have still got the banging on the door, the shuffling down the corridor. Jim's body is twitching now, so yeah.
All right, let's get this hatch open.
Well, you've got the hatch
I'm not
open
doing
already,
it.
so it's
Yeah, hatch open already. Okay,
Yeah.
so do I need to? Is it high enough that I can just pull myself up, or do I need to get on a chair or a table or something?
I think it would be sort of like chest height kind of thing. So I think you can just sort of clamber in yourself.
Right.
Yeah.
Just hike myself up. Okay, all right, I shall hike myself up into the shaft.
Cool. Yeah.
And, start climbing so that someone can follow behind.
Yep. Okie doke. So you're all sort of heading up one after the other. So Franklin, obviously you make it into the kitchen first of all. You get up there, and as had been established as a fact, but you didn't know for 100% yet. So you get up there, and fortunately it doesn't look like there's anything particularly menacing in there. It does look again similar to the cafeteria the staff area that you just came out of. There has been signs of some sort of frenzy and panic. There's like pots knocked over, pans knocked over. It's like cutlery littered everywhere. There are again like a couple of signs of these like slimy patches dotted around, but there's also a couple of like black streaks, almost like blood spatters, but sort of a very sort of inky black, sort of splattered here and there on the around the room, as if someone has been slashing at something with some kind of like sharp implements in here. Yeah, so that's
while
the
everyone's
site you
climbing
come
up,
into.
Yeah, while everyone's climbing up, I'm going to look for some weapons, sharp knives,
Yeah, makes sense.
a meat cleaver, anything,
Yeah.
So my roll.
Yep, so 7 dice.
Ooh, yep. I got 2 6s but I also got 2 ones.
Ooh. So down to 5. Cool. So, what did you find?
I found a massive meat cleaver
Nice.
and a few chef's knives of varying sizes.
So do we have one each now?
I think it's enough for one each, yeah. Although someone will have to have the smallest knife at some point.
Yeah.
I say smallest person gets the smallest weapon.
Yes.
There.
Cool. Yeah. So I won't make you guys roll for each kind of getting up the what's it shaft individually. So yeah, you've all made it into the kitchen. You can all see sort of the carnage that you've come into. But yeah, obviously you have all now got a bladed weapon of some description. So that's nice. Yeah. So.
Rowley.
So yeah, you're in the kitchen
Sorry, my
again.
cat's
There's
wrecking my craft room.
hey, it's all good. So you've as with you'd expect from like a kitchen in like a restaurant or something. At the one end of the kitchen, it has got like those sort of doors that swing both ways for like the waiters to just push in and out with the trays. So that's obviously going to lead out into like the big main dining room of the ship. Aside from that, again, there's like little doorways that connect off into other various corridors. And yeah, as the last of you gets up through the dumbwaiter, the elevator shaft, I'd say you hear a bit of a sort of crash from down below, where the door, which had previously been barricaded, sort of collapses in on itself. And then you also hear like a human scream from down there as well, and almost a sort of, it's hard to describe. It's almost like someone trying to roar, but with like a lung full of water, just sort of like a drowning, gargling sound, and then sort of big, heavy, wet footsteps as the sort of the scream sort of disappears a little bit into the distance, and this sort of wet, guttural, growling sound sort of seems to pursue it. So whatever just came through that door has been occupied by something.
So they've killed Jim again. Wow.
Oh, that's brutal.
Poor Jim.
My suggestion would be for us is to go to the dining room. Surely there has to be an elevator or something near the dining room.
At least a way out of the dining room.
Yeah.
I was thinking
Parts of the ship. I also suggest before we leave, we barricade and block off the shaft so that nothing can follow us up.
Yes.
So whatever we can find, you know, small serving carts, cutlery, anything, just throw it all down there and you know. Dead bodies. Any other dead bodies?
Yeah.
Got another dead body up here? No, spread up here.
Do you want to have a look for a dead body?
Do we actually have the time to do that?
Well, we've got to do something, otherwise they're going to follow us.
Maureen,
They're following us
we're gonna
anyway.
find Maureen.
Yes, but if we stop them, they'll be slower.
Hashtag save Maureen.
I'm gonna look for stuff.
You have
just
to slow them
chuck
down.
The hole. I'm gonna look for stuff to chuck down the hole.
Okay.
Hey, 1 6, no ones. Oh, 2 6s actually. What, no ones. Hey, there we go.
Oh, I just got the 1 6, so you get 2.
Hey,
Sorry, no ones. Did you say? Sorry.
Gotcha. No ones, no.
Cool. Yeah. So you have a look around. Yeah. What do you find? What do you shove down there to?
There's a small trolley that will fit in the hole. There's.
I actually for a second there
lots
thought
of
you were
things.
going to say a small child.
No. Only because I didn't think of it. But anyway, we can throw a small trolley down there. Small trolley. There's like containers for cutlery. You can throw those in. Basically, anything that will fit in the shaft is going in there.
Cool.
So
Yeah. So
except the weapons, obviously.
lobbing down cutlery, plates, serving trays, anything.
Just
you
shoving stuff in the hole so they can't get in.
can. Okay.
Big
Yeah.
sack of flour.
At this
While
point,
you're doing that, I'm going to try and. While he's doing that, I just want to try and sneak up to the doors heading into the dining room and just kind of like see if I can see anything happening if there's like any movement in there.
Okie doke. Yeah, so 5 dice. See what you see. See what you see.
See what you see now.
2 6s, 3, 4.
Cool. So, what is on the other side of the window? Oh, excuse me.
What you see? What you see?
See what you see.
Oh, it's dark.
There.
I can't. You're busy throwing things down a hole anyway. So it's the dining room is dark. I can't see anything moving,
Okie doke.
but it doesn't mean there isn't anything in there.
Cool. Yeah, so you've got absolutely massive sort of sprawling dining room. There's huge, there's loads of tables, huge tables, there's little tiny tables, there's like tray areas and yeah, all sorts of stuff in there. So with the power starting to sort of dim a little bit, the lights have largely gone out in here, but not entirely. There's just a couple of little sort of patches of almost emergency lighting. But yeah, from looking through the window to the kitchen, you can't, like I say, you can't see anything monstrous in there. You can just see sort of the silhouettes of lots of tables and chairs which are in various states of knockage over. So.
Do you see any way up? Do we see a way up?
Well, you wouldn't see anything from here, but if you were to head out through the dining room, I don't know why I had trouble finding that word then. If you head out through the dining room, then you should find some, in theory, you should find some elevators on the other side.
Yeah, since we're on the 4th floor now, we have to get up to Maureen on the 15th floor.
You were on the 5th floor. You're now up on the 6th floor because you've gone up one.
Yeah.
6th floor. Yes. Sorry. Yeah.
You are 9 floors away from Maureen.
Quick query. You know how they say in an emergency you're not supposed to use the elevators? Would locking ourselves in a tiny metal box really be the best idea right now?
So
I mean,
the ship's still fine.
There should be stairs.
We have
as
knives.
well.
I don't see a problem.
we have power.
We
Kind of.
have power.
Yeah, but for how long?
I'm thinking,
Well, the dumbwaiter worked. That was only a moment ago.
because I'm thinking either we have the option of taking the elevator. We will be shut in the small elevator. They won't see us though. But if we take the stairs, we won't need the power. But then again, they will see us on every floor we're going up.
Worst case scenario with an elevator as well. There's always a little hatch in the ceiling. We can always climb out.
Yes.
Get
Yes,
to
and
whatever
things
floor.
also climb in.
But sometimes you got to take a risk.
Well, this is what I'm saying. Which risk do we take?
The one with the best outcome. The one for the.
You're
chance
supposed
of
to
the
be
one
a
for the most
gambler.
effort.
Come on, give me some odds.
Oh, well. Of us getting out of this alive? 1,001. I'd say
think that's a
asking
bit
to Maureen
generous.
first, though. I give that. Yeah, exactly. I give that even odds. We'll get to Maureen. If we need to use stairs, we use stairs. But if there's an easy way to get there, I suggest we take it.
Quicker the better.
An elevator is quicker than going up 10 flights of stairs.
I'm voting for the elevator.
See? She knows. She's stuff. She knows what the ship can do.
And I mean, we have some, backup power if something happens as well. If if the staff have the key to the elevator, so we can use it.
So you've got that key on you right now.
Yes, of course. Yes,
Okay.
I have it in my pocket.
Something in her pockets.
Oh, did you though?
Mm.
Did you have it in your pocket when the game started?
I did. I do have some doggy poo bags as well, but I don't think that will help.
Not sure they're pertinent to the situation.
Hey,
Although I haven't been to the
Yeah.
bathroom in a while, so
Yeah.
Oh, you can have a bag. It's fine.
Okay, so let's suggest we go for the elevator.
Okay,
Find
so
it as quick as we can, pile in, hide it, go.
what's like the quickest shot from the dining room to the elevator? Somebody who knows the layout of the ship.
I would say it's just a straight way to the right, and we'll come to the doors of the dining room.
I imagine there will be an elevator kind of nearby. We did dining room.
Yes, on the other side of the doors.
Okay.
And I'm thinking, since it's a bit dark, not completely dark, but you know, they won't see us if they're hiding in the dining room. They won't see us either if we're sneaking.
Yeah, we'll have a bit of color, a bit of cover.
Have we? Yeah. Have we heard anything out there? Isn't it? Was it quiet?
There wasn't any sort of indication that there was anything alive in
There's
the
nothing
dining
that made
room.
me.
Okay.
I think if we just sort of stay low to the ground.
Yeah, we can crawl, I guess.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sort of like crawl under the tables that are still standing. We can use those for cover as well.
Big enough to get through. We don't want to make any noise. We don't want to tip a table over.
Well, obviously, don't crawl under a kiddie table. But yeah, use tables that you can crawl under for cover.
Down.
All right. Okay, so does Janice want to go first since you know the way?
I can take the lead, of course. I'll crouch down and try to sneak. Yes, this is the way, and I'll sneak out to the doors and open them very, very gently.
Yep. Cool. So, yeah, if you want to sort of lead the team through the under the table sort of route through the dining room, give us a dice roll, 5 dice, and we'll see how well it goes.
5 dice. I have 1 6, 1 4, 5 2, and a 1.
Ooh, so take away the 1. It's like a maths lesson now, isn't it? So that takes you down to 4. I also got 6, which means I get to decide how it goes. So you're sort of on your hands and knees, sort of in single file. You're sort of weaving from one table to the next. Like I said, a lot of these have been knocked over, chairs have been knocked over, but you do manage to sort of find enough of them that are sort of close together to sort of make an uninterrupted route through. I say you're probably about 2/3 of the way. It's a bit slow going because obviously you're crawling an opportunistic route underneath fallen tables and everything. It's been a couple of minutes. You're about 2/3 of the way through this huge dining hall towards the entrance/exit, and you suddenly. I will say Janice, because you are the one at the front of the line. You see, probably about 10 meters away. You can't see much because you're under a table, but you can just see like this huge, weird sort of scaly, muscular leg just sort of clump down. Almost kind of, think sort of a Godzilla leg almost, but a much smaller scale, more sort of like a human scale, human size. But it's just sort of like stomps down behind another one of the fallen tables about sort of 10 meters or so away, and it's just sort of, it's not moving with any particular speed. It doesn't look like whatever is attached to this leg doesn't seem to have seen you yet, but there is something there which is just ambling around across the room. So have fun with that.
This is no good.
Thanks.
I'm thinking we're stopping and being silent because, you know, am I the only one noticing this leg, or is everyone seeing it?
Well, you've spotted it because you're at the front. It's up to you if you want to sort of cascade it back to the rest of the group. I won't make you roll for that. I think you can. It's far enough away that you can whisper without alerting it.
Okay. I will turn around. I will like shush kind of thing and point to the direction where I saw something, and whisper, "There's someone there, and it has scales."
What's the plan? What do we do now? We can't stay here.
I suggest we just stay very, very quiet and try and get away without it seeing us.
I'm going to have a look around, like where I am, to see if there's something that's fallen on the floor that I might be able to throw to the other side of the dining room to try and grab its attention.
Smart. Okay. Yep, 4
How many
dice.
dice am I on?
4.
Decoy.
4 dice.
4.
Oh, and you
It
need to
was
get at
nothing.
least 3 6s to beat me.
Oh wow.
5, 3,
I've
2,
seen it
1.
done. You got this.
Oh.
5, 3, 2, 1.
So you are.
Okay, I'm
back.
really
Try and use the
impatient.
virtue or
I'm going to be really impatient and
Oh.
use my vice on this.
Oh, okay. Well,
I'm going to re-roll that
Yeah.
1.
Do I need to relight my candle?
I'm going to have a rummage around in this bag that I'm dragging with me and grab one of those really bad smelling shoes and try and throw that.
Okay.
Wish me luck. 5.
Oh.
Oh, it wasn't smelly enough. Oh,
Obviously not.
No. Cool. So your dice pool goes back up to 6 now. Candle count 6. I do have a candle. Well, I think most of you can
Running
see
out of
anyway. I've got the
candles,
candles count on the screen, so I am kind of leaning over to do that. Yeah. So you grab. So you grab this stinky trainer out of the bag, and you're sort of looking around for somewhere opportunistic that you can throw it, sort of distract it, and you see sort of. Imagine sort of, you're here, the exit's there, this thing's sort of padding around there, so you're like, oh, hang on, there's something over there, I can just lob it into that corner, it'll make a move for it. So you throw it, but unfortunately you're so impatient with this that you don't realise that it's actually attached to the other, the previous owner has tied the shoelaces together to the second one, so it's attached to the other one, and obviously that's throwing the weight completely off, and it's bounced off the nearest chair, and it's bounced back towards you guys, so that's where it's landed, and again you can whatever this thing is, you can only see it from like the knees down at the moment, but as those trainers sort of smack down next to you, you see that it turns in your direction, and that's where we will be beginning the next scene. So yeah, so these things are true. The
Might
world
need
is
one of those doggy poop bags.
yeah.
Ooh.
I think we might need them.
the world is dark.
Oh dear.
So we have got 6 truths
Yes.
to speak. So, Mama of Monsters, what's our first one? Again, remember that you are allowed to time jump.
I've just given away our position.
I was going to say, remember, you are allowed to time jump, so you would be allowed to say, like, we have got out the dining room safely. That would be fine. You're allowed to yada yada over something like that. But if you want to continue to try and escape the dining room... Oh no, it just means that you get to die later on in the game, that's all.
No, I'm
So you've given away your position.
going to stick with I have just given away our position.
That's fair. Grokey.
But also the other shoe dropped not very close to us, so we have the decoy over there, and I'm we quickly decide to shuffle out of the dining room.
Okie doke.
But we did it safely.
Okay, you have made it out the dining room.
Yes.
As we make it out the dining room, we come into a lobby, and there doesn't appear to be anything here. Very quiet.
Okay, you're in a quiet lobby. The thing in the... Sorry, I'm just laughing at Nunderpants in chat has just put Maureen save us.
Yeah. Yes.
The thing in the dining room saw the last one of you as you turned in time to see the last one of you leave the dining room, so it knows which way you went. That is number 3.
From however much of that monster we saw, monster, scaly person, whatever, we can tell it's much larger than we are.
Okay.
And... yes.
Got one more to go.
Oh. Is that my go? Sorry.
Yes, sorry, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. We get into the elevator and the doors start to close before something starts heading towards us.
Okay. And then last truth.
We're
all alive.
Yay! Cool. So you're in the elevator. Yeah. So obviously the ship, as has been mentioned, the ship is listing over to a slight angle. So this elevator goes, because this is like the lobby elevator. You've got like a sort of 3-floor lobby. This elevator only will take you up to the top floor of the lobby, and from there you'll have to find another elevator to take you up to the sort of top of the ship. So as you're sort of heading up in this elevator, because it is at a bit of a wonky angle, the elevator is working, but this like horrifying, like piercing metallic screech sort of echoes out as it's dragged up the sides of the elevator shaft, just like this, as it kind of goes up. But yeah, it does make it up to...
That was impressive.
I think it sounded a bit more dolphin-like, but yeah.
Maybe there's a dolphin stuck in the shaft.
Yeah. But the elevator, it does make it up to the top floor of the lobby, and bing, the doors ding open. Up here, I'll say, because this is obviously a largely an area that a lot of people use. I can't think of the right word. Brain. Gets a lot of through traffic, all that. There are a fair few bodies
Is it the
scattered
shopping
around
floor or something?
in here. Sorry? What was that?
Is
Sorry.
it the shopping floor, maybe? Like shopping, or,
Yeah, I'd say the top, the bottom floor was sort of like a big open area. The middle floor would have been like shops. This floor, there's another couple of shops, and there's like a cocktail, like a piano bar and stuff like that. And like around the shops and the bar and stuff, there are just like probably about a dozen bodies littered around. There's, again, not it's not like you can't move without tripping over a body, but for people who, up until a few minutes ago never seen a dead body before, it's a little bit upsetting. Again, there's more of these sort of wet footprints, more of these sort of slime trails around. All the bodies that you can see, there's like various ones. There's like crew members, passengers, stuff like that. They all, like with good old Jim, they all look like they have been strangled. They have all got like the purple bruise marks around their throats. But yeah, you have very noisily made it to the top floor of the lobby area. So that would put you up on 2. You are on deck 9 at this point. No. Deck 8, sorry.
How many bodies are there?
About a dozen or so.
Okay. And all strangled.
Yeah.
We have to make sure not to touch the slime.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you think these are gonna do what Jim did? Because if they start twitching, that could get quite bad.
Maybe we shouldn't hang around to find out.
I'm thinking we should move on pretty fast, not to find out.
think we should try avoid touching them as well, because Jim seemed fine until
I touched. Yeah.
forced him in a.
I'm glad you said we forced him in, like it wasn't just me.
So you folded him
I'm
in.
thankful for that. Yeah.
It was my idea, so I've got to take some of the blame.
I'm going to look and see if we can try and find a map
Oh, yeah.
to help us decide which way to go.
Cool.
Well, if we're in a lobby, there's usually, like, they tend to keep the elevators near to each other, so maybe the elevator
Lucky.
up more is
They should-
somewhere around here.
1-6. Yeah, 1-6, no ones. I did get 3 2s, however, so it's close.
Ooh. Well, I have also got a 6. Yay.
Okay.
So. I'd say on this floor you've also got the sort of general customer services desk, and you head over to the stealthily as you can. You head over to there, and I'd say on the back wall behind there is almost like a big. It's more for like display than for practical use, but there is sort of a rough sort of floor plan back there, which sort of shows you the quickest routes to your elevators that you'll need to get up to that top deck. Excuse me. I think that's all I'll say about it for now. Yeah, there's a big old customer service deck, and you have seen a map. Because it's on the wall. It's not something you can like take down and take with you, but you can have a look and sort of give you an idea of which way you've got to go.
Didn't one of us have a phone? Can we take a picture of the map?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, great. You had your phone in your pocket.
I had my phone in my pocket. Yes.
Yeah, that's right.
Cool.
You did.
Yeah. Well, I won't make you do a dice roll
And
for trying to take
I
a
also
picture.
see on. Okay, well that's nice. But I also see on this map that the elevator shaft on the other side, there's elevators as well. So those elevators are probably the ones going up even further.
We just need to find the ones that are going to get us to Maureen the quickest.
Yeah.
Yes, exactly.
Save Maureen.
So I'm thinking.
Yeah, we're hoping Maureen's
Go
still
to those
alive.
elevators.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, even if she's
Okay,
not,
well, still to find someone.
Maureen's in the room with the ability to contact outside. So, seems like the best place to be headed.
Cool. Yeah. So nearest elevators, not too far away. There's a. Sorry, excuse me. Oh, pardon me. Yeah, so up here there's like I said, downstairs you've just been through the main restaurant, which is absolutely huge. Up here it's almost like a little sort of like cafe, or almost like a sort of Costa's or Starbucks type thing, and it's like a big walk through area. It's like it sort of opens out onto the top floor of this like big foyer area, and if you head through that, then literally just on the opposite side there's the stairway and elevator shaft, which sort of takes you up through the rest of the ship. So you head on through the coffee shop. If anyone wants to stop and have a quick look for anything, or be my guest. If not, we will carry on through. Nope.
I'd love a coffee, but also I don't think we have time. I think we have to go to Maureen.
Oh.
I just feel I want to hurry before any of the bodies.
Maureen might want
Yeah,
a latte
I just want to
bringing.
get out of here.
Yeah.
Well, Maureen can want a latte, but right now I want to get away from the dead people that could kill me.
Well, I'm sure Maureen will understand that, but I think it's still going to break her little heart a bit. But
I have an extra bingo card.
oh, she'll like that. She will enjoy that. So you head through the
Maureen will love you.
you head uneventfully through the coffee shop, and you get to the to the elevator. So you have got, like I say, you've got the elevator shaft on the one side, or you've got like the stairwell on the other. So what are we going to go with? I'd say the elevator. You've got two elevators. One of them is showing that it is currently on floor 11, and the other one is down on floor 5.
Which floor are we on right now?
You are on floor 8.
Okay.
So
of course,
it's
they're the same distance
Just gonna jam the buttons for both the lifts
okie doke.
and call
Yeah,
both
I
of them and
did
see which
one
one
that-
gets
yeah.
the quickest.
Floor 5.
Cool.
Floor 5 was where we came from with all the monsters. Do we really want to be calling the elevator from there?
No.
I mean,
No.
we've got the sharp, pointy knives.
Yeah, we've got weapons this time round.
If something comes up, we can just
Shank
have
it in
at
the kidneys.
Yeah.
Well, I have that meat hammer kind of thingy, so I can, club them to death, hopefully.
Okie doke. Well,
Beaten to death with a tenderizer. I love it.
Yes, exactly.
Mama of
Before else
Monsters,
fails,
do
I'm
you,
pretty sure I saw a can of deodorant and a lighter in this bag. So
Mama of Monsters, do you want to give us a
Flame
dice
here.
roll and see which elevator
6
gets you?
dice is it?
Yeah.
6, yeah.
Yeah. So we've got 6, 5, 3, 3, 4, 1.
Ooh, so take
1,
away
6,
the
1, 1.
Okay.
I got no 6s, so yeah,
Ooh.
that means that you get your elevator. Well, it's up to you. Which one arrives first? In theory, they should both arrive at the same time, actually, because they've got the same distance to cover.
The one that's on the
So-
fifth. The one that's on the 5th floor isn't moving.
Okay.
Like something's jammed the door down there, so it's not moving. So the one from the upper floor has got here sooner,
Cool. So elevator has arrived.
and unidentified as well.
Cool. Doors open. There is nothing in there. Thank the Lord. Thank baby Jesus. Yeah, and you all happily pile on in. So are we riding the elevator all the way up to deck 15?
Yes.
Yeah, if that's where it goes, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. So we are heading for Maureen. Who wants to take the chance on
We're
pushing
coming,
the button?
Maureen.
Who hasn't failed a dice roll yet?
I'll put. Oh. I failed.
I got lucky on that one. I'm not risking it again.
I'm happy to do it if no one else wants to, but
I can.
I have rerolls left as well.
I do as well, actually.
I'm kind of just stood in the back of the elevator with my knife quivering, just hoping and praying nothing else goes wrong.
Cool. Well, it's 5 dice. Whoever wants to go for it.
I'll go.
Yeah.
Have a reroll.
What did you get?
But it's indecisive. I got 2 5s, a 1, a 4, and a 3.
Ooh.
I have my indecisiveness, but I don't know how I can.
Well, I'll give you a moment if you can think of a way to
That would make a kid.
to indecisively.
Well, maybe you're indecisive of which button to push, if we should go all the way up or not, and
Yeah.
you in the last moment you
Yeah.
decide
Yeah.
to do the 15.
Yeah. Or not,
Yeah.
depending on what you roll.
Okay.
I've just got images of a little kid in the elevator going like this.
Buttons.
Yeah.
Cool. So re-roll your 1.
So I can't decide. Yeah. Reroll my 1. I didn't get a 6.
Ooh.
I didn't get a 1 though, but
You didn't get a 6, that's the problem.
yeah.
So you're down to 5 dice.
Yeah. Down to 5.
Yeah. Whoops.
Quick time event, yeah.
Oh, can you close the fridge for me, please?
So, yeah. So you're sort of indecisive
So did
about.
we just?
You're indecisive about which button to press, and you end up sort of, and you accidentally sort of hit 15 and 13 at the same time. So the elevator sort of, it screeches up some more of that of grinding metal as it goes up, and the doors sort of slide open at floor 13, where you had your indecisive moment, and there's you're sort of waiting there for the doors to reclose, and it's like the seconds are stretching out into minutes, and you're there sort of pressing on the door close button, and the doors start to slide shut again, and just before they slide shut, this huge sort of tentacle, this massive purple mass of like suckers and everything, just sort of reaches in through the doors and starts flailing away at you. And that is where we will be starting the next scene. So these things are true.
Meet Cleaver.
Someone hack it off.
Well, so these things are true. The world is dark. 5 truths to establish, starting with Dibbers.
We managed to hack off the tentacle to
Okay.
avoid getting murdered.
Maureen knows more than she let us believe on the phone.
Ooh.
Oh.
Damn it, we trusted you, Maureen.
Well, the elevator door closes around the tentacle, leaving just the slither bits in the elevator, and it starts going up.
Okay, elevator's moving again.
Yes.
We make it to deck 15, and nothing else happens, and everyone's fine. We make it to deck 15, the doors open, and it doesn't seem to be anything particularly out of place.
Okay. And guttingly, I don't get us truth on this turn because we have got to the stage in the game where there aren't enough truths to go round. So the final one.
We are
all alive.
There we go.
Including Maureen, hopefully.
Mm.
Well, if she knows more than she's letting on, then she's
I'm
got
worried
to
about
still be
Maureen.
alive, surely.
Well, surely.
That deceptive bitch.
Yeah.
Now, don't go bad-mouthing Maureen.
There's no way
Yeah.
she could win that much at the bingo without knowing more than she says she's knowing. Come on.
She's in
She
league
had
with
prior
Cthulhu.
knowledge. She was in it with the number caller.
She
Yeah.
was in on it all along.
Yeah. Cthulhu's just a glorified bingo caller.
Yeah.
That's all it is.
It was Maureen all along.
Maureen's gonna be the one that ends up murdering us all. See it now.
Yeah,
Maureen
the
is
word
the
Cthulhu, when
final
translated
boss.
into Celtic, is Maureen.
Hi, Maureen.
Hitting us with the bingo pen and everything.
Yeah. We're all going to end up stamped with those little stamp things they put on the
That's
numbers.
what was sizzled on the creatures. They're actually bingo dabbers.
That's what that ink was around the kitchen. It wasn't blood or anything. It was just somebody.
Yeah, they've
broken
been
open
dabbing the
dabbers.
walls. Yeah.
Ah.
It's all coming together.
That's why it was streets, because they were dabbing with dabbers.
Mm-hmm.
Oh god.
Sorry. Okay. Okay. So where's the bridge from here? That's the question.
So I would say you're sort of in the.
Let's look at the photo.
Yeah, I'd say
Oh,
you're,
yeah.
you're
Well,
sort
that
of
was
in
only-
the in the midships the sort of big atrium
Right.
that you sort of came straight up from, that would most likely be sort of a midships area. So bridge is obviously going to be at the front. You're sort of in the middle.
Yeah.
You've come up into
Okay, so-
a sort of an indoorsy little area. Most of this top floor of the ship is like an open deck area, but the elevators sort of open out into an area where you've got like the gym and the spa and everything, and then you've got the doors which head out onto the actual open top deck.
So, do we want to go outside, or do we want to try and stay inside as much as possible?
I think
Well, are there
outside
any-
can do us much harm, surely.
Is there any point in wandering around? Let's just try head straight to where Maureen said she was.
Yeah, well, that's the bridge, but I don't know if there's a direct way to the bridge, or if we have to
Let's
go
look at
outside
the
at some
photo.
point.
We have a photo
Okay.
of the map.
Okay, but it was
Who
only a
took the
rough map.
photo?
I did. The
So-
thing is, will it show, exactly how the ship is laid out, or just like an escape route?
But it was like one of those fancy passenger maps. So surely something as important as the bridge would be super highlighted on there.
Yeah, I'd say the map sort of
Okay,
shows
so
you that you've sort of you open up into like the gym and spa area, and you can sort of head out the side doors, which take you out into the top deck, and then you just got like your pools and stuff. But if you sort of carry on along the top deck, then at the front you've got like a sort of staff only area where it's got like the walkways that lead up to the bridge up there. So it's basically a case of out onto the deck, walk to the front of the ship, up the stairs. It's fairly straightforward as long as nothing goes horribly wrong.
So
betting
are
something's
we
gonna
just
go
gonna
horribly
stand
wrong.
here? Yeah.
I think we're gonna move outside and try to get up the stairs.
Good.
To
Are
look
we
for
going to try and be
Maureen.
sneaky, or are
Yeah.
we just going to go pull a full-on Leroy Jenkins?
I got chicken. Go.
We got
I mean,
weapons,
We got weapons.
And-
We can make a run for it.
and we haven't heard anything or seen anything here, so
I mean, if we see another tentacle, we can either hack it to bits or we can turn it into a hentai movie. But,
Yeah, we've got two options here.
Yeah.
This is
I
Discord,
mean,
not OnlyFans.
I mean, since we haven't seen anything or heard anything, I think we should probably move on fast before anything turns up.
Right.
Fast over sneaking, I think.
I say we make a run for it and get to Maureen as quick as possible.
Yeah.
Okie doke.
Sounds like a plan.
So, action hero style. You're out of the elevator. You sort of kick through the doors to sort of the outer deck area, and you're just legging it flat out. As you're sort of running down the deck, there is a sudden huge lurch as the ship just suddenly rights itself. So whoever is at the front of this little running party, give us a dice roll to see how you suddenly handle sprinting at full pace and then the floor suddenly shifting back from 10 degrees off to flat. So who's at the front?
That was probably me. I'm still in the front, I think.
Okay, so 5 dice.
Uh-oh, that was a really bad one. So I'm going to be very, very perceptive and notice that the ship is starting to move a bit. So I'm going to balance myself and see if I can steady myself up and not trip. Ooh. Okay, 2 6s, 1 5, and 2 2s.
Oh, damn.
Ooh.
Did
That's
you
better.
just re-roll your ones
You're
there?
okay.
Or did you re-roll everything?
No, I didn't have any ones, but I didn't have any sixes
Sorry.
either, so.
You can only use your thing to re-roll your ones. So if you didn't get any ones, you wouldn't have been able to re-roll.
Oh, okay,
Yeah,
okay,
sorry.
okay.
All right, so
Okay. Okay.
I thought that sounded very
Okay,
lucky
okay.
for a re-roll. Oh.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, okay, yeah, nope.
Oh dear. That was 4.
oh
So
dear.
I
Oh
stumble
dear.
and fall.
Yep. So you're all running down, and there's like a big sort of open like top deck pool there, and as you're sort of running down, and the ship suddenly rights itself, it throws your balance off, and you sort of stumble over and you fall into the pool. So these things are true. The world is dark. Miss Groke, you get the first truth.
Do you mean like pool on the ship or
Yes.
down outside the ship, down in the water?
No, you've just fallen into like the pool that's on the top deck, but like the swimming pool
Okay,
of the ship.
okay.
Yeah.
Well, I fall into the pool. I come up to the surface, and luckily I don't notice anyone there.
After she's come to the surface, I help Janice out the pool, and we carry on as fast as possible towards Maureen.
You hear some loud sort of splashes around you as several of them sort of leap out of the ocean and land on the top deck in the direction that you're running. And then last truth.
We're
We're all still
We're all
alive.
alive.
You are alive.
For
but
about another 8 seconds.
Yeah, you are alive
For now.
with 4 dice left.
Mm,
Okay.
Yeah, so you're sort of continuing to sprint towards the sort of forwards towards the bridge. The ship has now, it's not just sort of righted itself, you can now sort of feel the sort of gentle swaying that it has now started moving.
Cool.
So I'd say 3 of these things sort of leapt out of the water a moment ago, sort of at the sound of Janice falling into the pool. One of them has landed sort of on the deck, sort of quite a way back behind you, sort of where you originally came through the doors, out of the gym/spa area. I say towards the front of the ship where the bridge is. I'd say sort of there's one sort of walkway on either side of the deck to get up to the bridge, and I'd say one of them has come out from either side of the ocean and is sort of on either side. So whichever set of stairs you decide to try and get up, one of them is blocking the way.
How big is one of them?
Well, at this point you haven't fully seen one of them, so are you now going to sort of get close up enough to finally see one?
Well, I mean, I wanna.
I think, given our current situation, we could see one.
I want to keep running towards where we think Maureen is, but I'd like to glance and see what we're dealing with, as we go.
Okay, cool. Yeah, so you sort of get a little bit closer, and you can now see sort of ahead of you, between you and the stairs. There's one of these things. It stands around about, you'd say somewhere between sort of 6 and 7 foot tall. The legs that you've already seen before are those sort of like scaly, muscular, almost like Godzilla legs. And then the body is just sort of like this huge mass of almost like chitinous plate. And then from each sort of shoulder, where the arms would be, there's just these two huge muscular sort of octopus type tentacle things, which are just sort of, you can see there's like drops of slime just dripping off them as it sort of like twists and turns, looking its way around. And then atop the sort of chitinous body, there's this. You can't really at the moment. It's the shape of a head. It's sort of like this, bulbous ball type shape, but you can't see any facial features. There's no eyes, there's no mouth, there's no ears, there's nothing you can see on it. There's just this ball sat on top of this set of tentacly shoulders. And I'd say even though they obviously they've jumped out of the ocean because they could hear the commotion that you've just caused. I'd say that it doesn't look like it's exactly aware of your presence yet. It knows that there's something up here, but it's not, making a beeline for you guys at the moment.
I mean, maybe if it hasn't got any eyes that we see, maybe they're blind, and they use other senses to work out where you are. So maybe if we're careful, we can sneak past them. Maybe.
I think the time for
Or
being
the
careful is
sneaky work.
kind of gone. I'd
is
say
that- I mean, is
stab
that
them in
all
the
we can do?
squishy bits.
Oh, yeah, that was my second point. We could just run at them and just murder them, go past.
I think we
Stab
should
'em in
just
the
go full
squishy
ham at
bits.
this point.
I mean, in for a penny, in for a pound, I guess. If we want to go stab them in the
Yeah.
squishy bits, we can go stab them in the squishy bits.
I don't think we have many choices now, and there's more of us than them.
Yeah, we outnumber them 4 to 3.
Yeah.
Surround it and try to stab it and see if we can take it down.
Okay.
We managed to get a tentacle before.
Yeah.
Yeah,
alright,
we
okay.
did
Alright,
manage to get a
I'm in.
tentacle before.
Right, yeah, I'm in. Let's do this. All right, go.
Oh, we're going to go for it?
So we're going to take out one of the ones that are like near the stairs.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, well, obviously this is going to be a group app because you're all ganging up on it. I would say I'll leave it up to you who wants to take responsibility for the dice roll, but I'll say because of the fact that you're all working together on this, if you do roll any ones, any one of you can use your vice or virtue if it's available to do a re-roll. So who wants to?
Should
who
I
wants to go
take
for
it?
So have you just sort of full
I've got
on,
the cleaver, so maybe
have you just sort of full on charged in, or have you sort of like
Yeah, I
snuck
think-
up to it and then like
Yeah, I think.
and then
My
just
sword
yeah.
screaming.
I think it's just a case of screaming rumble and jumping in. I think. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So as you sort of
I'll go.
as you make this commotion, obviously it becomes aware of you and it turns and it's sort of so you're lunging at it. It's sort of reaching out for you with the tentacles. The one that's on the opposite side of the deck, that's now turned its attention to you, and the one that's behind you is now sort of stomping. It's got like the entire deck to cover, so that one back there is probably a good couple of minutes away, but it's now just plodding towards you.
Okay.
So yeah, go for it. 4 dice.
All right. Let's go. 4 die. Here we go. Well, I got a 6,
Hey.
but I also got 2. I also got 2 1s.
Ooh.
So,
Hi,
does anyone
can I
want to
charm
use the
them? I
re-roll?
mean, they're blind, but can I?
I mean, I still have my very perceptiveness.
Oh yes,
You
yeah,
just
because you didn't
used
get
that
to use
last
that earlier. No, but
Oh, no, you
that
didn't get to
wasn't-
use. No, she
that
didn't.
turned
No,
out to be
it's
right.
used.
It didn't
Okay.
work.
Yeah, so you could
Oh,
use
so
your
you wanna
perception to try and spot
Yeah.
a weak point or something. Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
I'm very perceptive, and I see it's like almost like a small hole where the ears should be. Something. So I'm thinking let's go for that because
it
it
in
looks
the
like
ears,
a weak
alright.
spot.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
So you're
Alright,
just rolling the
so
two dice
ones.
for the ones. Yeah.
Am I rolling or is she?
It'll be Grokey doing the roll.
Yeah, go.
Okay.
You roll 2.
Two dice.
2 2s.
Cool. So
Better than 2
so-
1s.
And then 2 1s.
So you haven't lost any dice on that. Awesome. Yeah. So you just absolutely wade in on this thing, and you're swinging, like say, meat cleavers and shoving knives in, and Janice spots this little sort of opening on the side of the head and just rams her knife in there, and there's black fluid just gushing out of it in all directions, and it's soaking your clothes. It's getting in your eyes and everything. But it's flailing around at you. But with so many people surrounding it, it doesn't know where it's supposed to be grabbing. It's sort of briefly touching one of you with a tentacle, and then it's sort of moving on to the next, trying to defend itself, and eventually it just succumbs to its injuries and just collapses in this sort of puddle, well, this sort of like pile on the floor, and it starts to almost sort of like bubble a little bit as it's kind of starts to dissolve and just spreads out into a goopy mess on the deck. But yeah, good job, gang.
Well. 1-0 to us. Yay!
You know, I actually think in all the games that 10 Candles have played so far, I think this is the first time that someone's killed one of them. So good job, gang. I'm proud of you.
Yay! We killed one of them.
Yay!
And you didn't even lose any dice doing it.
Yeah.
We're coming, Maureen.
I say we run for the stairs and try to let us in.
Is this where we paint our faces blue and just scream Maureen and charge in?
Yeah.
Maureen! Cool. Yeah, so you've taken this one out. You're sprinting up the stairs, and you get to the top of the stairs, and then the bridge door is there. It's obviously it's locked from this side. You can't get in without like a senior crew member key, but it can be unlocked from the inside. It's there's a big window and everything, so you can see inside, and you can see Maureen is sort of hiding in there. You can see, well, or rather, you can't see any of the other survivors, any of the other 5 that she said that were there on the phone earlier, but you can see Maureen still in there, and she comes doddering over. She's not as sprightly as she used to be. She's 58, and she comes and she fiddles with the lock. She unlocks the door and opens the bridge door, and you guys are inside. Oh, hello, dearies. Oh, thank you for coming up here.
Hi, Maureen.
I hope this wasn't too much trouble for you.
Are you okay, Maureen?
No trouble at all. Oh. Didn't you say there were 6 of you up here?
There's supposed to be others.
There was, but I don't know quite what happened here. And she sort of turns around and gestures, and the other 5 the other 5 no longer survivors are just sort of scattered around the room again with like the purple strangulation marks around their necks. She's like, something came in through the other door. I just hid. I hid, and then when the noise stopped, that was all there was. Oh dear. Oh no.
Oh dear.
Oh dear.
Trust Maureen anymore.
Oh no. Can we trust Maureen?
Either she's telling the truth or Maureen really is the final part.
Yeah.
Okay. The bodies aren't twitching yet, so let's see if we can call for help. Because we're on the bridge. One of these buttons has got to connect to something. Does anybody know boat buttons? And what they do?
Buttons and what they do. That's my next book.
Look, I am going on 6 days without a cocktail here. I'm trying.
Is there anything that looks vaguely like a radio in
them? Yeah. Well,
no, they're all buttons.
I say there.
No switches, no knobs.
There is like a what appears to be like a communications terminal, over on sort of one side of the bridge. So, if you want to give it a go,
I suggest we go over there and try to get that going.
Okay.
Cool.
Look, I just learned how to work my iPhone. Don't ask me to do this.
I think a member of staff would probably have the most training out of any of us possible.
But I mean, I'm just a stewardess, and Deborah works in a bar, so I mean, we're not, highly trained in the all the keyboards and buttons and all.
I just know how to mix cocktails. I don't know how to use a
I'm just supposed to take care of the passenger.
I didn't go to
Well,
button
you're
school.
doing such a great job, obviously.
And the
I start randomly poking at buttons on the control panel, hoping that something's going to work.
Cool, give us a dice roll, see what happens.
Random chance, that's the way forward.
32.
Sorry?
I got a 5, 4, 3, and a 2.
Yeah, that's almost that royal flush that you've been waiting for.
Well, that ain't a 6.
Yeah, I mean, almost.
Yeah, royal flush. Is that what a royal flush is? I don't know.
Oh no,
Yeah.
a flush.
Ace
Oh
down,
yeah,
all the same
it is. Yeah.
Yeah.
So you get over to the console and you start sort of pushing buttons to try and get some kind of radio signal out, and absolutely nothing is working. And Maureen sort of comes like doddering over. She's like, "I'm sorry, dear. I tried summoning someone on the radio, but I had my latte with me, and I got scared and I spilt my latte on the controls. So I don't think anything's working now. Sorry about that, dearie."
Oh, Maureen.
Maureen.
Maureen's going to kill us.
Maureen.
So
Going to eat us alive, you know this.
these things are true. The world is dark.
You're just gonna have like 10 tentacles come out from somewhere at some point.
So we have got 3 truths to establish, starting with Mama of Monsters.
We hear somebody say hello.
It's Maureen. Hello. Hello, dearie.
It's not Maureen.
We hear a crackling in the radio, and we pick up the speaker and or the microphone and call for someone.
Okie doke.
And we get a response.
And then final truth.
Maureen is yes.
Oh no!
Oh, sorry. Yeah.
Yeah, we've only got the 3, and that includes the last one.
All right. And we're still alive.
For now.
We are all alive.
Maureen eats us.
Maureen is not going to
a
eat
response
us.
from the radio.
Cool. So the radio is the radio has crackled into life a little bit. There is a voice coming through the other side, but because of the fact that Maureen spilt a coffee on it, you're sort of struggling to actually get a signal back the other way. Yeah, you have heard another voice, a little hello, and it's coming from sort of obviously you've come through this bridge door that kind of came up through this walkway. On the bridge door on the other side, which would have been from the other stairwell, the window to that has been completely smashed in. It looks like it was smashed before you got here, and another one of them is sort of there, sort of trying to reach through the doorway with its tentacles, and it sort of leans forward slightly, and you can see this head, which previously had no features on it. It sort of opens up into these concentric circles of teeth that are sort of pointing towards you, and from sort of down its throat, you just hear this very familiar voice of, "Hello? Hello, dearie?"
Maureen!
Maureen's a mimic!
Maureen sounds gross.
You let us down, Maureen.
You were supposed to be out saying yeah.
I told you. Something fishy about her.
I'll also say that from the front, because you're laying like at the top of the ship, and like the bridge is just like this one big kind of open glass walls, so you can see sort of for miles in every direction. You can see on the horizon, and getting much closer, there is a small island that the ship now appears to be heading towards.
That's either good or bad.
I'm
I don't know.
thinking since we
Get
have
off
bodies,
this boat.
I say we murder Maureen and get on this island.
yeah.
Yes.
Where's the nearest
Yeah.
side boat escape thingies?
The mini ships.
I'm
Where's the
out.
nearest mini ship? Yeah.
It should be on the side of the ship on the level we are as
Haven't all
well.
been used by now.
No, because everybody's still on here and they're just dead. Look around, we're surrounded by nothing but dead people and crazy old ladies that are monsters. I want out.
Okay. I think the plan is
Need a
murder
drink.
Maureen,
I'd say
find a way
drink.
out, get in a boat, row to the island.
I'd say at
That's what we-
that little outburst, Maureen's lower lip is just like quivering slightly, and there's just like a little tear trickling down her cheek.
Aww.
Sorry, Maureen, but it's true.
Alright,
I
so what's...
mean-
Kind of a protein
Are we
bar.
going to murder
Because I
Maureen?
kind of feel a little bit bad that we're going to have to murder her.
Give her a Snickers. She's not a self-winches.
We have a Snickers.
Give her your crunchy.
Yeah, you
Oh, give up
even
my
better.
Snickers.
Yeah, I would gladly give up my crunchy.
Give her a Snickers.
We have all the dead bodies around. We can pile on her as well, or stuff.
So
Another dead person. The last time I suggested we touch a dead person, the dead person started moving.
yeah. Well,
Okay,
maybe.
so
If you
full
haven't
attack
noticed,
on Maureen.
I'm at my limit here.
Okay, so murder Maureen, pile the bodies on top of her, fight our way out to the boat, get in one, and row to the island. Is that the plan?
Head to the Winchester and get the pint.
Yep. Wait for all this
Yeah,
to blow
and
over.
then go to the Winchester and wait for this to all blow over. Yeah.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Since I'm very perceptive, I see one of the boats. Since it's so many windows around, I can see one of the boats still being there on the side. So I suggest we go for that boat.
Cool.
Let's go.
All right. So are we murdering Maureen first, or are we going straight for the boat?
I can't murder Maureen. She might be an evil monster, but she's still an evil old lady monster.
Yes.
It's not
She's
fair.
an evil old lady monster.
You
Yeah.
said you were going to.
She's the bingo
You said
playing
you were going
Maureen
to take
still.
me with you.
Yeah.
I thought you was going to help me.
Oh no.
Oh, please
no.
don't leave me here.
How did we not
This
get
is
you to try and smush us like you did everybody else in this room?
Maybe
For a
maybe
chocolate
she.
bar.
Okay. Maybe she's not a bad monster. Maybe she's a good monster in a bad place.
She might just be hungry.
Yeah. Yeah. Maybe she's a good monster. She's just in a bad place right now, and we need to rescue.
And when she turns on us and slits all our throats, I'm coming after you as a ghost. I will
Fair
haunt you
enough.
the rest of the afterlife. Fine, she can come with us.
Oh, thank you very much,
Okay.
dearie.
You are keeping an eye on her.
Oh, yeah, we'll keep an eye. Keep an eye.
And one tentacly behavior, and that's it. I will take her out myself.
You hear that, Maureen?
So-
No tentacles. Okay.
No
So as
tentacles,
this
Maureen.
has been going on, the one that's been sort of flailing through the broken doorway on the other side of the bridge, just from sheer dumb luck of the way it's lashing around, one of its tentacles has sort of like knocked off the door lock, and that door is now opened, and it's now sort of stomping its way in. It's like, don't go, dearie, don't go. And it's now sort of shuffling across the bridge towards you.
I'm not waiting around. I'm heading towards the boat. You can come with me or not, but I'm going. I'm gonna start
Yeah,
sprinting towards the
I'm not
boat.
gonna drag Maureen to the boat.
Yeah. If she can keep up, she can come. There you go.
Cool.
Like
So,
We ran for the boat.
Go for the boat, and if Maureen can keep up with us, she can come.
Cool. So you're heading back down the sort of catwalk that you came up in the first place. That's that other one of them that sort of splashed up at the far end of the deck while you've been up with Maureen has obviously had time to cover that distance, and that is now at the bottom of the stairwell. So you're going to have to sort of get through that one to get through.
I go into my holdall and I pull out the can of deodorant and lighter that's in there and like make an impromptu flamethrower thingy.
Cool. Well, you got 3 dice, so let's see how you do with that.
See how my flamethrower goes. 5, 4, 1.
Have you got a reroll available to you?
I haven't.
That one didn't want to go out.
Well, yeah.
So
you didn't want to go out, leave it. It's fine.
Flamethrower idea.
So you grab out the can of deodorant, you grab the flamethrower, you grab the lighter, and you sort of light up. Obviously, at this point, Genevieve has been 6 days without a cocktail. She's getting a little bit of withdrawal. Her hands are sort of shaking a little bit, and as she's flailing around, I'm going to do a dice roll for this to make it fair. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 3, Franklin. So as she's flailing around, she actually completely misses the monster that's at the base of the stairs, but she does manage to like set the entire left hand of like your shirt and your trousers on fire. So now you are half on fire now. But on the plus side, you know, you're on a ship, so there's lots of water around. So silver linings and all that jazz.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So 2 candles.
The pool is right there, right?
Yeah.
It is, yeah. So
Yeah, that's true.
So with 2 candles left, these things are true. The world is dark. Mama of Monsters, you get the only fact, the only truth to establish this round.
We're all alive.
Belt past the monster at the bottom of the stairs and dive into the pool to put myself out.
Oh no, you're not on fire. Sorry, no. Franklin's
No,
on fire.
I'm on fire. You set me on fire.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Oh, now you see.
To the boat and leave everybody behind.
Wow. Fair enough. And the last truth.
Still alive.
We are all
We're
alive.
still alive
No.
in various stages of being on fire.
Yeah.
So 2 dice left. So
Oh,
yeah. So Genevieve has, in all the commotion, muscled past the monster and made it to the lifeboat. The lifeboat is still, it's still sort of there, attached to the side of the ship. We haven't got as far as lowering it yet, but she has abandoned the rest of the group. Franklin, you are on fire. Deborah and Janice, you're just sort of caught up in all of the craziness that's going on, and there is, I think, poor Maureen's just like starting to think at this point she probably would have been best by herself, and yeah, there is still one of these things at the base of the stairs, blocking your way at that, and obviously at this point you've got the other one that's kind of headed across the bridge, and that's now at the top of the stairs, so you're now sort of trapped on this stairwell between the two the two tentacle monsters.
All right.
I'm thinking Franklin is probably busy being on fire.
Oh yeah, I'm quite busy being on fire. Thank you very much. Yeah.
Preoccupied a little bit.
Quite preoccupied and on fire.
It's down to me and Deborah tried to hack and slash this thing to get past into the lifeboat as well.
Okay, who wants to have a go at it?
Ooh, I can do it.
Okay, you've got 2 dice.
Mm-hmm. Come on. Yes, a 3 and a 6.
Nice. Cool. Well, I got 2 6s, so.
Oh.
So the two of you are sort of hacking away at it as best you can while trying to avoid the flaming arm / leg of Franklin. You sort of hack away at it, And yeah, again, you see that weak point that you got before at the sort of ear hole, and you sort of jam your knife in there, and you're jamming your other knives in it, and you manage to kill it, but you're in such sort of a frantic struggle to get this done that as you do, I would say, Janice, you actually lose your knife in it.
Okay.
So it's sort of like it gets sort of lodged sort of in the creature, and then as it sort of like wrenches itself away, it pulls the knife out of your grip. So Deborah, you've still got your knife, but Janice, unfortunately, you have lost yours now. But you have killed this thing, and it is sort of down in a sort of bubbling pool of goop as the one behind you now starts to stomp its way down the stairs.
I would like to try and make it to the pool.
Yep. Cool. So give us a dice roll. You're still on 2.
Yeah. 6 and 2. Yay.
Nice.
Yes.
And I actually got 8 dice, no 6s.
Woo.
So yeah, go for it.
Oh yeah, I make it to the pool. I jump in quick to extinguish myself and jump straight back out again.
Awesome. So you are now not on fire, which is
Hooray.
always a good thing.
Congratulations.
Yeah.
So
I
we all
prefer-
made it to the lifeboat.
Well, while this has been going on, Genevieve, how are you getting on with that lifeboat?
So I am trying very hard on my own to launch a lifeboat that normally takes 2 people. So let's see how I do.
Yeah. 2 dice.
A 6 and a 5.
Oh my god.
So I've somehow, out of sheer desperation, managed to actually get the boat over the edge and ready to start doing the pulleys as soon as everybody else jumps in.
Nice.
Nice done.
It's the cocktail rage. That's what's doing it. No cocktails.
He needs my special recipe.
Yeah.
I do. With the pink umbrella.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's pink. Cool.
That's why she didn't leave by herself. She wants Deborah with her.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So I guess, well, if the immediate threat is gone, I think we should shuffle quite quickly to the lifeboat and
Yeah.
ready.
Cool. So you all just hightail it to the lifeboat. You sort of pile yourselves in, and yeah, I'm assuming this is a get the heck out of Dodge.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Did Maureen make it? Is Maureen coming?
Yeah, Maureen is in the
Hey.
boat with you.
Good old Maureen.
Good, Maureen. Well done, Maureen.
Maureen very cautiously as we lower the boat into the water.
Cool.
I don't trust her.
I'm
Well,
staying the furthest away from Maureen because I don't have a knife anymore.
that's fair enough. So
I've got my cleaver. We're all right.
So and sort of second degree burns as well.
Yeah. Well, one thing at a time.
So you're lowering the lifeboat down. So as I said at the start of the game when you were writing your moments, Genevieve, yours was you'll find hope when you can return home to reconnect with your sister, and we did establish that you could have when you get off the ship as sort of your fulfillment of that hope. So if you want to make a roll, you can go for this as your hope fulfillment. So again, it's just a normal roll, your 2 dice. But if you fail, it's like any other failed dice roll where the candle goes out. But if you succeed, then you get your hope dice for the rest of the game.
Trying to push the button for Mummy. Tap the screen. Let's see what happens. Oh, 2 6s!
Nice.
2 6s.
Yep. So congratulations, you now have a hope dice.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you're working the. I did also get 2 6s, so I did win narrative control on this. But yeah, so you're working the pulleys, and the boat sort of comes down and it settles itself onto the sea, the water, the water sea. Yeah, and you sort of cast off the lines, and your lifeboat has now successfully detached from the ship.
Does anybody know how to drive one of these things?
Oh, I'm guessing it's a rowboat, isn't it? Being a lifeboat, I imagine.
But it is on a very big ship. It could be like a motorboat as well.
Yeah, I feel like it would be a motorboat on a ship of this size. Yeah.
All right.
And does anybody know how to drive one of these?
I mean, I can give it a go.
I mean, I don't think it's a very advanced one. It should be like.
Surely the staff would have had training in the operation of lifeboats if they had to evacuate the ship. Well, I would.
Yeah, of course. We've done this once during our training.
Once is better than none.
Yeah, I think.
Were you paying attention on that day of training? We'll find out, won't we?
Slightly.
Yeah.
There was so many annoying people there, but anyway.
Cool. So yeah, 2 dice.
Oh. 4 and a 6.
Bloody hell.
Yay.
Yes. So you pull away from the ship successfully. I would say as the boat is pulling away, you can sort of hear from behind as sort of there are more splashes as the one thing that had been sort of chasing you from the bridge, that's now just sort of leapt over the side and has landed in the sea and is now sort of plodding along behind you guys. But yeah, obviously you are smack bang in the middle of the Atlantic Ocean. But there is a suspicious looking island a short distance away. Well, it's suspicious in the fact that it shouldn't be there. It's not on any maps or anything.
Well,
but it's the same
discover
island
new
we
things
saw
all the
before,
time.
right?
Maybe it's just like an undiscovered island.
Yeah.
Didn't there like a whole movie about somebody who got lost on an island in the middle of nowhere that shouldn't have been there? So it could just be that. We might find a volleyball and name it Wilson.
That was Saving Private Ryan, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Is someone keeping an eye on Maureen?
Yes, somebody keep an eye on Maureen. I don't trust her.
I will keep an eye on her.
You keep an eye on her, then. You were the one that wants to bring her.
I'm driving the boat.
Are we going home now? Oh.
Well, not home exactly, but away from...
This isn't the holiday
We're going away from the monsters.
Only came on this holiday to cheer myself up after Derek died.
Oh
no.
Did you kill Derek?
Did you kill him, Maureen?
The police couldn't prove anything, no.
Okay.
She's wonderful.
We'll have to take your word for it.
Alright, so I guess we just
I'm no person, but do we know how far away from the island we are?
No, I mean, how much water is there between us and the island? Is it a lot or a little bit?
Good question.
I'd say it's probably about an hour away on the boat.
As long as we have enough fuel, we're fine.
You're not going to die from your burns, are you? Because we don't have anything to treat them with.
Oh no, I'll be fine. It's okay. I enjoyed being on fire.
Okay, I am sorry about that.
I mean, it's painful, sure, but I don't think it's life-threatening quite yet. Unless I get an infection.
Okay.
But I think coconut water's good for that, isn't it? I don't know.
We'll check on the island.
Try seawater. Just sort of dunk one side over the edge of the
sort the wound.
Yeah.
Just half hang out the boat, just.
Yeah, just bleed over the edge and douse myself.
It's all natural seawater, isn't it? So.
Oh, of course, yeah. I don't want that synthetic.
Cool. Yeah. So we're heading towards this mystery island. Like I say, it is probably about an hour away. There's at least one of these things in the sea behind you. So if whoever's driving the boat wants to give me a roll, just to see if this journey passes without incident.
Of course it does. Come on.
Nothing can go wrong. This is fine.
Ooh.
This is fine.
Of course it does. Come on. Yes, 6 and a 1.
Ooh.
Oh.
So
well, I mean, okay.
So I got 2 6s. Yay. So somehow the boat does sort of make it to the island. As you sort of like pull up onto the shore, the engine sort of sputters a little bit as it finally dies out. It wasn't really sort of meant for heading for particularly long distances. So the engine sputters and dies and pulls up on the beach, and it's odd. It's like I say, it's in the middle of the Atlantic, but it's almost sort of like tropical. There's palm trees. There's like coconuts and also it looks like almost like a random sort of Caribbean or Hawaiian island or something like that. And yeah, you can see sort of in the distance behind you the shape of the Monarch of the Seas as it's sort of continuing to move towards this island, and yeah, you are on this weird tropical island in the middle of the Atlantic.
We're on a weird tropical island in the middle of the Atlantic with a boat full of monsters heading towards us.
Yeah.
Yay!
Yay!
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I'll tell you what, if this is a hoax crew done, they've done really well.
It's like full commitment.
Yeah, absolutely. We've even got 2 of the crew with us.
Yeah.
Mm.
They're just there to make sure that everyone's enjoying themselves.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, if that's the case, I want to speak to the cruise director because this is not fun. I want my money back. And a lifetime supply of those amazing cocktails with the little pink umbrellas.
Oh.
Drink vouchers.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll drink vouchers.
So, yeah, what are we going to do? Because there's a boat full of monsters heading our way.
I guess we get off the beach. Get off the beach and try and find some cover or, somewhere we can
Is
be a
there
bit
any
safer.
high ground?
Yeah, I'd say there's a sort of not exactly mountainous, but a sort of hilly area, sort of off on one side of the island, which would give you sort of an overlook of the surrounding area.
Suggest we go there to get as much cover and as much vision as possible.
Well, if we've got the high ground, we can attack from above and try and fight off these things till the Navy or the Air Force or somebody comes to find us.
Yeah, because that's what always happens. The Navy or the Air Force turns up. All right.
Yeah, exactly.
All right.
At least I'm trying to have a little bit of hope here.
Can we fight them all off though, or should we try to trick them?
How do we trick them? I mean,
Like
we just
set up a trap or something?
I mean, we could, or we could just be quiet. They didn't seem to know we were there when we were quiet.
What if we put Maureen back on the boat and push it offshore and send them past Maureen?
I wanted to abandon the crazy old monster lady. It was all... Oh, no, we can't do that. You're the ones that insisted on bringing her with us.
Things change. We have new information.
Have exactly the same information we had when we were on the boat of monsters.
Yeah, you got me there, but still.
So Maureen's just sort of, she's just sort of shuffling along behind you. She's
Wait,
coughing.
you said shuffling.
She's shuffling. She's 58. She's on a sandy beach. She's not going to be particularly nimble.
The monsters.
But she is.
The monsters shuffle.
She is starting to cough a little bit. Not much, just a bit of a like she can't quite clear something in her chest.
That's because she's turning into a monster. I say we leave her on the beach. We go up onto the high ground and try and find some sticks that we can sharpen. Build a huge fire so they know where to find us, and we just stand up there and stab them in the head till they're all dead.
I mean, it's a good plan in theory, but how many of them are there?
I don't know, but it's better than staying here with Grandma of Death.
There are literally several of them.
Literally several. That
Literally
could be
several.
A lot of numbers.
Yeah.
That could be a lot of numbers.
Could be
That could be anything between 3 and 4.
I don't think we have time to count them.
No, I don't think
just for point of reference, remember there were 6,800 people on the ship to start with.
And if they're turning into...
Just putting that out there.
There's
Well, I mean, okay,
crazy
there's
monster
four-
grandma.
4 of us, plus crazy more. And we killed 2. So that
So you're halfway
only
there already.
Yeah, that only leaves 6,793. That's good odds, I'd say. Good odds.
Mm-hmm.
We got this, team. We got this.
I mean, that's only about 1,200 each. That's fine.
You played against worse odds, right?
Get
Yeah.
a long, sharp, pokey stick and like a really quiet. We can just stand up on the top, wait for them to tilt their heads, and stab them in the hole.
What if we line them all up and just charge them with a really long stick and just get like 10 at once?
It's like a kebab.
I don't think we quite have the time to fashion like a shish kebab machine, but I mean, come on, somebody out there has got to know that our boat was in trouble.
Yeah, but do they know where we are, though?
Yeah. Take them a long time to get here.
Boats have GPS.
I'd say, as this discussion's going on, Maureen's cough is getting a lot worse.
Uh-oh.
Okay, I do not trust creepy monster grandma. Let's do something about her now before she starts turning into big creepy tentacly monster grandma.
Okay. What do you want to do?
Well, I vote you kill her.
Wow.
I mean, yeah, we could do that, or we could wait and see if it's just a cough.
Why don't we send her off on the boat as a diversion? See if they follow the boat instead of her, then we don't have to kill her.
That's true. And it's only one more creature.
Yeah.
I mean, several and several plus 1 are not very dissimilar numbers.
But the boat was thing when we got here. It hasn't got much life left in it. And you've got to convince her to get on the boat.
Yeah, she lied about being vaccinated before getting on board.
Oh my goodness.
Oh no.
So that's how it ends. That's it. We'll get corona.
Everyone gets COVID and died.
Yeah.
And it all started.
World is dark.
It all started because someone let a nasty big tentacle creature on board.
Yeah.
This is COVID's final form.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Right,
we need to make a decision as to what to do with Maureen.
Do we send her off in the boat? See if she'll go?
What if we tell her that, like, Derek's waiting on the other side for her? Maybe she'll go peacefully towards the other side and play the dead husband card.
Or we could just tell her the island's not safe and she needs to get out of here quick.
Oh yes, it's full of teenagers. She needs to go. Old people are afraid of teenagers.
No bingo.
Yeah, there's no
bingo.
No bingo on the island.
There's no bingo on the island, Maureen. You gotta get out of here.
We can offer her a new island with bingo.
Yeah. Just point her in the direction and say, Bingo Island that way. Off you go.
Yeah, let's do that.
Yeah, good plan.
Okay, you can go convince her.
I think a member of staff should do it. A member of staff has much more sway.
I think we all have a voice in this, though.
I think we all go. I think we all have to.
The 4 of us gang up on her and say, "You got to leave."
Just check her in. She's still to beat us.
I mean, we were very convincing talking about her husband and the no bingo and everything. So I think she eventually will go on the boat and not happy about it, but she will go.
So there's a bingo island in the distance that you can't quite see that she needs to go to, and Derek's there waiting. Or is this the plan?
Yeah, that's the one.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm using that next time. Like next time a pet dies, it's like, oh, what happened? They've gone to Bingo Island. It's okay.
Yep.
Derek's there.
Yep.
Who's?
Oh my goodness.
Who's having this chat with Maureen then? Who's rolling the dice?
I think it should be a member of staff because
I was
staff
going to
have
say, Maureen knows I want to kill her, so I don't think she'd trust me.
No,
I still don't have a knife, so I don't want to get too close.
You can borrow my cleaver.
Oh, everyone is so nice suddenly.
Yeah, dual wield. Take a knife and a cleaver. You'll be fine.
Hmm.
Just walk up to her, dual wielding, and tell her she's got to go. That's all you've got to do.
Okay. So I go up and give all these reasons and try to convince her, right?
Yeah.
One
Bingo
dice.
Island. Derek's over there. Yeah.
Oh no!
Go on, roll a
no.
7. Go above and beyond. Come on.
Yeah. Or an 8 maybe.
Yeah, even an 8. Yeah.
It's a 6.
Oh my god.
Love it.
Yeah, so
Maureen's
you
going to Bingo Island.
so you're talking to Maureen, you're telling her all about Bingo Island and how wonderful it is.
Sorry, Maureen.
And you lead.
Yes.
Yeah, I did get a
Yes.
6 as well, so I do get control of this bit, I'm afraid. Yeah, so you're leading Maureen back to the
that's fine.
back to the boat. She's coughing and she's now sort of doubling over in a cough. It almost sounds like she's coughing up water, like her lungs are filling up, and then suddenly like one big cough,
dear.
just like seawater starts like just pouring out of her mouth, and before you can even quite get to the boat, she just sort of collapses and just stops breathing altogether.
Stab her now.
Don't put her on the boat. Just shove her off. Go,
Well,
like a
well,
Viking thing.
Yeah. Since I'm Swedish, of course I can get her on the boat and push her off the island. Yes, of course I do.
Maybe it would be better to stab her before you put her on the boat, Justy.
Just a little.
Once through the eyes.
Just a little love
to be cautious.
Yeah.
Through the ear, baby.
If you wanted to dismember her and put her pieces in separate parts of the boat, you could do that too. I'm just saying, but
Jesus.
Whoa.
I mean, look what happened to Jim. Look what happened to Jim.
Yeah, but I've seen enough for today. I don't know if I want to hack up Maureen as well. And is there time as well?
Just take the meat
Full
cleaver and go from
Short
step,
whack.
like, right on
But
top of her
I've been
chest, all the
dragging
way down.
Maureen to the boat. I'm just so tired. Can someone come and help me?
Okay. I will gut Maureen like a fish.
Okay, give us.
So I have
us a dice
2
roll.
dice because I've got my lucky one, don't I?
Yeah. So have you got?
I get 2 dice because I got my lucky one.
Yes. Have you got something that separates the lucky
Oh, yeah.
one from the not lucky one?
Oh, you got the hope one.
Yeah.
So I'm going to roll my normal one now,
Yeah.
which is a 5, and now I'm rolling my
Cool.
non-lucky one.
Yeah. So that passes on a 5
Which
or
is
a
a 3.
6, this one. Ah. Oh.
Oh no.
So I
The thing that
Oh, no,
kills
wait a
us is
minute. No,
our
sorry,
own
you should have
ability
had-
to
no,
gut
sorry,
an
you
old
should have
lady.
Oh no, it's all right. I was going to say you should have had 3 dice, but no, we did have
We
one
lost-
taken out of the pool earlier. Sorry. No, it's
No,
all
we
right.
lost one.
Yeah.
we lost,
We lost
one.
one. Yeah.
Cool. Yeah, so you jam your knife into Maureen and you start sort of trying to dismember her, and similar to how the bodies you found earlier were doing, she does start twitching slightly, and from out of her mouth these tentacles start to sort of not big like horrible giant tentacles like the ones you saw earlier, more sort of small sized tentacles start to sort of force their way out through her mouth, and like a little sort of tiny blobby bulbous head sort of follows it, and it basically looks like a smaller form of one of the creatures you've been seeing starts to sort of pull itself out through her mouth. So these things are true. The world is dark.
Are we still alive?
Yes, still alive. So we are down to 1 candle now. So now a failed dice roll is the end of your character.
Oh, brilliant. Well,
Okay. So
So
I guess we're gonna have to deal with this baby.
I'm like stood right in front of Maureen with a knife in my hand and baby squid monster being born.
Yeah.
I'm going to stab the baby squid monster.
Okay. Do you want to roll your 1 dice plus your lucky dice for squid monster stabbing?
Yeah, Richie, you get 2.
Yeah. So normal dice going now.
Yeah.
That is a 2. Lucky dice.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. Text message came through as I was rolling. All right. So lucky dice. There's a 2. So 2 2s.
So obviously this little thing sort of like scuttles out of Maureen's mouth, and your instinctive reaction is just go for it with the knife. But because it's so small, it's for a newborn, it is so nimble, and you sort of move on it, and its tentacles just sort of wrap around your wrist, and then it just starts sort of slithering its way up, and then that sort of little mouth with its row of serrated teeth just opens up and just jams straight into your jugular and clamps down, and it just sort of pierces straight through like flesh and skin and everything, and your blood just starts cascading out through the open wound, and as you sort of there clutching at your neck trying to stem the blood flow in vain, you eventually you start to sort of black out, and unfortunately as
my final words are "I told you so."
Cool. Well, I was about to say as your blood sort of ebbs out just before you lose consciousness, your last conscious thought passes through your mind, which as you say, I told you so. And sadly, that is the end of Genevieve. Unless you didn't happen to have your brink available, did you?
Oh yeah.
Oh.
I did. Oh yes.
That means you can re-roll both of your dice. So it's latched on. You're bleeding, but you could still live through this.
Okay. I'm gonna try. I can re-roll both of them. Can I?
Yep.
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 All right. That's a 6.
Oh. Somehow Genevieve.
And a...
Yep. So
I like
back in the game.
So it latches on. You're bleeding, but it doesn't actually go all the way through your jugular, and you do manage to, while it's latched on, you just jam your knife into it, and it sort of goes limp and sort of sags and drops up. So you're bleeding quite badly, but you're not dead, but you're bleeding a little bit from your neck, and you've got this just horrible slimy mass in your hands now as it sort of bubbles away to nothing. But yeah, Genevieve is still with us against all odds.
Amazing.
All those drinks makes her invincible.
Yeah. Again, cocktail strength.
Yeah.
Okay, so I guess we should probably try and stop her bleeding. So that would be.
well.
Yeah.
In that bag that I've been carrying around, there's no. In the bag that I've been carrying around, there's an old pair of gym shorts. We could fashion that into a bandage.
In your neck and
apply pressure. Tie that around my neck.
Apply. Just
quite nice and tight round.
Yeah.
Not enough to kill me, but enough to stop me dying.
Okay. Yep. So you've tied this sweaty old pair of gym shorts around this open wound, which I'm sure isn't gonna go septic or anything, but it's fine. This is fine.
Yeah.
But yeah, you've sort of you've certainly slowed the bleeding. You've got this the corpse of Maureen is now just sort of lying in this lifeboat. Obviously the cruise ship is still edging ever closer in the distance. You're not doing bad. You're not doing too bad.
Yeah.
We should definitely do a move on from here. We
get away from the beach.
Yeah.
That's a good idea.
Cool. Yeah. So you were heading.
It's a high ground.
Yeah, I was gonna say you were heading for the higher ground, weren't you?
Well, I mean, it's not. Yeah.
So you start
islands.
Yeah, you start moving through sort of towards where you can see this hill, and there's a couple of sort of like rocky formations sort of around as you go, and as you're walking through, you can see it almost looks like sort of cave style finger paintings on some of these rocks, and it's all very very rudimentary, but you can see it looks like the shapes of like this weird sort of faceless head and these two sort of tentacly things, and it looks like basically cavemen paintings of whatever these things are that have been dogging you this whole time.
Oh no!
Maybe they worship them.
That's not a good sign.
No.
It's not
Maybe it's just like caveman hentai. I don't know. I'm tired. I need a cocktail. Somebody come up with an idea, please.
And you continue on through. So you pass these like cave paintings, and then you sort of approach this clearing, and it's like there's these sort of very primitive like wooden huts sort of built in this sort of clearing area, with this sort of large stone like monolith in the center of this area, and on those you can't even tell what the hell this is meant to be, but there's another one of these cave style paintings of something much bigger, with several of these sort of smaller creatures sort of stood around the base of it.
Right.
I'm gonna say that's not a good thing.
Have you
No,
walked
maybe.
from the fire into the ashes, or what's happened? So that monolith,
So
does it have any like? Is it a symbol, or is it just does it look like anything else?
it looks like it's just a big rock that's had some painting done on it.
It's empty, or can we not tell?
You can't tell from here. You are welcome to go and have a look in one of them.
I say we burn the village to the ground.
Jesus, Genevieve.
Look.
Be friendly.
If there's anybody in there, chances are they're worshipping these things. Let's not forget, these are the same things that killed your friend Jim. Okay? They killed all your friends that you used to work with. They're the ones stopping you from winning that poker game thing that you play.
They killed Maureen.
I say we burn the village to the
And if they're
ground.
gonna sacrifice
That would be a
someone-
great enough signal fire for somebody to find us. And potentially kill any more of those monsters. You guys owe me this. I got bitten by crazy evil Maureen's baby monster.
This is what happens when you don't get a cocktail.
This is what happens when you don't listen to me about evil crazy killer grandmas.
But I'm still curious. You know, do we have anything to do we have like a lighter or anything like that?
Yeah, Genevieve has the
I
lighter
dropped
from
my
the
lighter on the
flamethrower.
tip.
The suggestion, I'm going to walk away for the moment
No,
because
you've
I
still-
don't
you've
want to
still
be
got
on
it.
fire again.
I haven't still got it.
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, I've still got the lighter. We can burn the village to the ground.
Well, I'd say at this point, while you've been sort of like discussing what to do with the village, from back, because you're not that far away from the beach where you first sort of came ashore, and from back there you can just hear this little voice echoing in the darkness, just, "Hello, dearie. Hello, are you there?"
Oh great, Maureen's evil grandson's after us. Can we do something, or do you guys want to sit here and make friends with the monster lovers?
I mean, if we made friends with the monster lovers, maybe the monsters won't kill us.
I think it's quite well established that these things do not want to be your friend.
I've lost my dabber. Does anyone have a spare?
Shut up, Maureen.
Does anyone did anyone have a bingo tray on them so we can maybe give to her and she will leave us alone?
Could we make a rudimentary one in the sand?
Yes, just throw up a big.
I highly doubt that these things want to play bingo. I think they're more about the maiming and murder.
My question is this: what state is Maureen in? What state is Maureen in? Because you half gutted her and then she coughed up a baby octopus. So is she back to one piece again, or is she walking along with her entrails trailing behind?
But didn't the other monster also sound like Maureen?
They all sound like Maureen? Are they all Maureen? Isn't Maureen like...
Are they all Maureens?
Maureen is eternal.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh.
No, that's it. It's a race of evil Maureen. Works it out.
We can't fight them all just by hacking and slashing them, right? So we have to do something. We have to set up a big
if they're all little old ladies, then we could probably win that fight.
Set up bingo and run.
I'm not sure
they're
monsters
not little old ladies.
Well, that one was, and this one that's speaking to us is.
Should we set up just?
Yeah, through a row of gigantic teeth. Did you forget the mouth of gigantic teeth?
I've forgotten. I just didn't want to think about it.
Well, this is no time for you to be in denial, sweetheart. My life is at risk here.
I want to think about it.
There is now, you can see at the top of the hill that you were heading towards, it looks like you can see a plume of smoke starting to come up from there, like a fire's been lit up there.
Oh.
And it's very faint.
Let's set fire to their own village. Fantastic.
It's very faint, but you can slightly hear the sound of rhythmic drumming coming from up the top of the hill.
Oh, that's not ominous. That's not ominous in the slightest.
Great. The Maureens are now chanting. Do you want to wait for them to knit you a sweater, or should we do something?
Ooh.
I mean, what options do we have? We can't go back to the beach because, monsters and stuff. Have we seen or heard anything else from the village?
We can try going forward, or we can go sideways.
Or we could go back to the boat.
We could, but there's a Maureen in between.
Yeah, but she's dead.
Maureen babies. Oh.
Well, we could.
There's another.
Can't we go round the Maureen?
Well, that's what I mean. Go sideways.
Yeah.
Do you have any fuel left in the lifeboat?
No.
We might not have fuel, but lifeboats have flares.
And oars, if I remember correctly, for emergency.
Yeah. Lifeboats have flares. Those things are pretty hefty if you shoot them at someone.
So if we bring the bag with all the protein bars, maybe should we take a chance on
Yeah, but we didn't bring the emergency flares off the boat. If we can get back to the boat, it has emergency flares. You fire one of those things at a monster, it's going to explode.
We need hope.
Surely we don't want to go back to the boat. How do we know she hasn't had more babies come out since?
Well,
we're not going to get anywhere if we just sit here arguing. We need to do something.
Yeah.
And on that note, as you sit here arguing, that the drums are getting kind of slowly louder and louder, and that plume of smoke that you could see at the top of the hill, you can see that's like growing more and more into a sort of roaring fire up there. And from the clearing behind you where you just came, that the creature that has been plaguing you since the bridge of the ship just kind of comes stomping through, and again the sort of rows of serrated teeth open up from the head at the top, and it's just like, oh dearie, hello.
The race of Maureen. I knew it.
Maureen.
All right. So, how about we massacre this Maureen like we did all the others? Get the flares, burn the village down, row our way out of here, and hope to God that someone finds.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Sounds like a plan.
Okay.
Sounds like a plan.
All right. So, stab Maureen, burn the mother down, and row the boat away.
Yeah.
Right. Okay, what weapons we got left?
Okay.
Do we have one die left? Or
Yeah,
We
one dice.
you had the cleaver and your knife. 'Cause I gave you the cleaver, didn't I?
Yeah, I grabbed the cleaver
Well,
off
I
it to
got
hack
that.
up Maureen.
Oh, okay, you've got it.
So I've
I
got the
don't have one.
cleaver.
think
There
we
is
only have-
still a jar of protein powder and several protein bars in my bag. If we shove the whole
Okay.
protein powder
Well, that'll keep us
jar
going for a little while.
into the Maureen's mouth, it might shut her up long enough that we can stab it.
Or it will make her incredibly powerful with all that protein.
It's a giant plastic tub.
Oh,
She's going to have to chomp through it first. By that time, hopefully somebody can stab her.
I thought you meant you literally wanted to pour the powder in.
No, I'm talking about launching the whole big plastic tub into the gaping mouth.
Right, okay.
To distract it while somebody sneaks up and
Yeah.
yanks it in the neck, kind of thing.
Since I don't have a put the
We
top
should have 2 knives and a cleaver between plus 1 knife.
Yeah.
So we have 2 knives, a cleaver, and a jar of protein powder.
And protein bars.
Yeah.
Yes.
So yeah, as this continues
And
to
my
go on, you can now see behind this creature there is another one that is now sort of shuffling up the beach behind it. And again, this one, it sort of opens up its...
We're being double Maureened.
This one sort of, again, opens up its sort of rows of serrated teeth. And in it... As you've all been on this ship for a little while, it sort of opens up and you just hear the voice that you completely recognise, which is, well, this is your captain speaking. And that's all that's echoing out of it is just, this is your captain speaking, as it shuffles further down along the beach behind Maureen.
Fake a bingo caller.
Yeah, we found her. We found the captain. Hey.
Okay, can anybody fake a bingo caller? Climb up a tree and start randomly shouting out bingo numbers.
I mean, okay, I can try that, I guess.
These things run on sound. Somebody climb up the tree and start shouting out bingo numbers. Maureen and Captain Creep over there will head towards the tree. Then we can sneak up and shank them from behind. Go, get up the tree.
Oh, okay, I'll climb the tree, I guess.
Yes, go.
I'll climb a tree.
Since you can't make me a drink, grab your knife and let's get going. We're going to sneak behind these things.
Garden gate number 8. 2 little ducks, 22. Maggie's den, number 10.
This plan works and does not get us all killed.
Okay, give us
Two
a
fat
dice.
ladies, 88.
Give us a dice roll to see how to see what happens from this.
You want one from me?
Yep.
Well, it wasn't good.
Would you say it was bad?
Reroll. Yeah, it was bad. It made me the reroll because it was a 1. So, I'm going to use my virtue of intelligence to call on my repository of knowledge all the numbers and do them as professionally as possible.
Okay.
And try and do better.
You can do it.
Only a 3.
Oh.
Not a 1 though, but only a 3.
Okie doke. So yeah, so you're up the. Did you say you were up the tree calling out these bingo numbers to try and distract?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So you're up the tree.
They asked me to climb a tree.
Yeah. So you're up this tree and you're calling out these bingo numbers, and it does seem to distract Maureen. Well, not Maureen. The creature which sounds like Maureen and the creature which sounds like the captain, and they do sort of turn towards you. And start shuffling in the direction of your tree, and it's like, oh, this looks like it's going great. It's the distraction's working, and as you're calling out these numbers, just this very primitive like spear, like a stone arrowhead on a branch, basically, just thrusts from behind, just through your chest, and just explodes out, like ribs crack, blood spurts everywhere. And yeah, as the blood sort of gushes from this gaping chest wound, you sort of go limp a little bit and sort of slump out of the tree. And as you sort of crash onto the sand below you, you look up, and the last thing you see before your life sort of ebbs away is up in this tree with you. It looks like a human. It looks like a human, but they've sort of completely body painted themselves with sort of very basic, almost tribal body paints in the colours of these weird creatures. And it's just and this guy is just staring down at you with this bloody spear as the last of your lifeblood ebbs away, and your final thought in this world passes through your head. And if you care to share that with us.
My last words again, I take it.
Yeah.
I came to hit it big at the tables, but now it feels like something big has come to hit me with a table. Maybe it's an elaborate hoax perpetrated by the crew to spice up the cruise, but I guess there's only one way to find out.
So Franklin is gone. And obviously these creatures are not the only things on this island now.
I don't think we have much of a chance on this island.
I'm not going out without a fight. I'm going to try and sneak up behind the things that are obviously distracted with his body and try and jam this cleaver thing that I've got into the side of its head.
Wait, some of them are humanoid. Maybe if we can speak to them, maybe they can be on our side.
They just killed him. I highly doubt they're on our side. They're most likely going to try and eat our liver with a bottle of Chianti.
Maybe if we don't shout bingo numbers at them, they might be a little bit more friendly.
Maybe they're
try karaoke.
Bingo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm going to try and go in for a stealth kill.
Okay.
All right. So I got a 2.
You have still got your hope.
Oh yeah, I've got my lucky one as well.
Yeah.
So 2 and a 3.
Yeah. So you move in behind. So the one with the Maureen voice was obviously towards the front, so that one was closer to the tree when Franklin was calling out the bingo numbers. The captain's voice one, that was sort of the one at the back, so you sort of snuck up behind that to try and get a stab in on it. And you sort of slashed at it with your cleaver, and it sort of dug itself into the meat of the tentacle on the one sort of shoulder, as it were. But the other tentacle sort of in like instantaneous response to that just sort of whips around, and it just sort of wraps itself around your neck and just starts squeezing tighter and tighter. And yeah, you start to see sort of spots in front of your eyes, and your vision starts to swim, and eventually blackness just sort of overtakes you as all the oxygen just is forced out of your lungs, and you drop to the floor at the feet of this thing with your last thought in the world, which I think we already know what that's going to be, but if you want to repeat it for us.
I know it's changed now. My last thought is run, you fools.
Fly, you fools. And Genevieve drops. Janice and Deborah, you are all we have left.
I'm still thinking our best chance here is not to stay on the island and try to head for the lifeboat and see if we can get away.
There's so many of those monsters between us and the lifeboat now.
Yeah, but maybe they're not that fast, especially on sand. You know, maybe we're faster. What do you think?
I don't know what to do. I still think we could maybe talk into peace with the tribe that came down the hill.
Do you want to try to communicate with them?
Maybe. I don't know. I'm very indecisive.
Okay.
I want to communicate, but I don't know what to
okay.
say.
Yeah.
Maybe not bingo numbers.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Okay, I can try, maybe. Let me try talking to them.
Okay.
Hello, inhabitants of this island. We come in peace. We mean you no harm. Please do not hurt us. We've been stranded from the cruise ship.
Okay, give us a dice roll, see how persuasive that was.
Got to.
Okay, so yeah, you're sort of calling out to this one up in the treetops, and yeah, it's the fact that you actually tried to communicate with it sort of seems to spark its interest, his interest a little bit, and he stops and he's just sort of staring at you for a moment. And as you've got this sort of unbroken eye contact, almost afraid to look away. And then another sort of two of these tribesmen or whatever they are sort of just appear from behind you, and they just sort of grab you one shoulder each and start dragging you away up the hill. And yeah, you can sort of see the bodies of Genevieve and Franklin sort of disappearing down in the distance, and the sort of shocked look of Janice as you're being sort of hauled up. And as you sort of get to the top of the hill, there's a whole sort of circle of probably sort of 20, 30 of these people, all similarly painted up to look like these creatures, and they're all just sort of stood around this fire, just quietly chanting and drumming, and the two who have got you just sort of drag you over and just push you onto the flames, and yeah, as the flames engulf you and your skin sort of blisters and your hair all burns off, it's like through the agony and through the horror, you have one last thought that passes through. And what is that?
Shouldn't have trusted them. I should have ran. That is it.
Thank you, Deborah. So Janice, you're the only one left now.
I'm gonna take a run for it. I have no option. I'm not gonna stay here. I just wish I had the speed with me and try to get to the lifeboat.
Okie doke, yeah. So make a sprint for the lifeboat.
Ooh, come on. No! I got it too. No.
So you with all of the hope lost, you sort of sprint to the lifeboat. You can hear the sort of screaming of Deborah in the flames just before she sort of expires at the top of the hill. And as she's screaming, you can feel the ground start to tremble slightly. And yeah, you're continuing to run. You actually manage to make it past the captain creature and the Maureen creature. And you're almost at the lifeboat, but just as you're sort of getting there, it's like the ground splits open, and this sort of fissure just appears beneath you, and like your leg sort of sinks into it and just gets sort of trapped there. And as you're sort of trying to pull yourself free, it's sort of this fissure is slowly cracking further and further open, and this other tentacle, even bigger, this this entire tentacle is about the width of a human, and it's probably a good sort of 15-20 feet long, and it just sort of reaches out from under the ground, and it just wraps itself sort of 2 or 3 times around your body, and then just tightens, and you can feel like your ribs all crack and your organs just sort of smush, and as your insides completely liquefy. Through the pain, you have your last thought in this world, which is...
My last thought. I know I've been harsh at times, but I never wanted to be on this boat in the first place. Just because I got kicked out of the university, wrongfully accused. I wish things would have ended differently.
Thank you, Janice. So these things are true. The world is dark.
There we go.
Am I being called a coward or what?
Well, I came to hit it big at the tables, but now it suddenly feels like something big has come to hit me with a table. But maybe it's just an elaborate hoax. Maybe the crew just decided to spice up the cruise a bit. But I guess there's only one way to find out.
I know I might have been harsh at times, but I never wanted to be here in the first place. Just because I got kicked out of university wrongfully accused, I wish things could have ended differently.
Trina, I'm so sorry. I know that you loved him and I should never have slept with him. And I promise when I get out of here, I'm going to make this all right. I love you, Trina.
This cruise has been the best and worst thing to happen to me. It was supposed to be my last cruise. Since my change to religion, all I wanted to do is go do charity work, but now I'm stuck here.
So yeah, that was 10 candles.
Ah. Oh. There we go.
Didn't drive.
Oh.
So,
Oh,
yeah.
Oh.
I will just call
That was
it.
fun, though.
Yeah, it was fun. Yeah, I like that.
That was a load of fun.
Yeah, I'm glad everyone
Yeah.
enjoyed. I've got to admit, all the games that I've played so far, I have never had the last candle last that long. I was really struggling. It's like, I've got to keep dragging this out, but everyone's rolling bloody sixes. But yeah, that was...
Yeah, the rolls were amazing.
Yeah,
We
I
had a good roll for a time there.
We did.
I think you got better rolls on the last like 2 or 3 one or 2, 3 candles than you did for like the first, when you were up to like 10, 9, 8 or etc. So,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, less chance to roll once.
that's one way of looking at it.
Maureen caught us in the end.
Yeah, see, Maureen is what killed it. I knew it.
Never trust an old lady.
I mean, never trust a
Bloody
Maureen
Years.
specifically. Yeah.
Years of horror films and horror survival games have taught us anything. It's don't trust
This is true.
old ladies and children.
Not even if they've got a Mrs.
Yeah.
Doubtfire voice.
Well, yeah.
So yeah,
Yeah,
I
it was
am
kind of
gonna,
misleading there.
I'm going to call an end to the stream here, but I won't close the chat yet in case anyone just wants to sort of have a quick natter about the game. But yeah, I hope everyone enjoyed watching. It was certainly fun to play. If anybody is watching this on Twitch, I am posting the link to the Discord in chat, and in YouTube I will post the link to the Discord in the comments in the description bar below. So if anyone does fancy a game, I'm going to hopefully run about one a month, and join the Discord and we'll see what we can put together. But for now, thank you very much for watching, and yeah, these things are true. The world is dark. Thank you very much.